Welcome to another episode of Reseller Evolution. I'm Scott.
I'm Carl.
I'm Jamie.
Jamie's back.
Yeah.
Better than ever because the Jays are on a hot streak.
Sort of. All-star break currently, but
All-star break streak.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been fun to watch that over the past few days, but
Did you the All-Star or
yeah, just the All-Star break. Home run derby, always fun, All-Star break. It's good. Good times.
Yeah. I saw the picture there. Cease, is it? Cease?
Yeah.
He 3 up, 3 down. No, four up, 3 down, but he walked
Yeah, he walked somebody, yeah.
He struck the other guys up. Well, before we get into it, do you think the Jays are actually going to make the playoffs?
We've got a couple weeks before the trade deadline, so that'll tell you right there what the front office thinks. I think if they do well or good enough, they'll be buyers. If they start selling, you'll probably see they'll probably sell like Gosman, Springer, you'll see all the guys who would not be under contract next year. It'll just be a fire sale. They'll either buy in for better talent to go forward, or you'll see them sell off a good chunk of the team.
Well, even if they go for the playoffs or not, selling Springer off doesn't really make a big difference in my mind.
No,
I know you like him, but
yeah.
I don't know you like him. I know people like him, but
yeah.
I just think I think he's not in it this year like last year. But
no, he's on the wrong side of it for sure with his age, right? But yeah, baseball's just kind of like that. You don't think 30. I don't know what he is, 37 maybe, something like that. That doesn't sound too old, but in baseball years, that's you got 1 foot out the door for sure.
Yeah. And honestly, if they traded Vladdy, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Oh yeah, no one's going to take a $500 million anchor.
What the heck were they thinking on that one? But anyway.
I don't know. I still love Vladdy, and I think he can be the player that he was, but I don't know what his problem is. He's certainly not performing.
Well, listen, as a first baseman, you probably don't get too much better as a first baseman. He makes some outstanding catches and plays and stuff like that. But as a batter lately, I don't know. His head's not like he has been. That's for sure.
Winging outside the strike zone for sure.
Which is not crazy, insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Even I knew that in T-ball not to swing at that. Jeez. Do you watch baseball at all, Carl? I'm going to assume not.
Who? What?
No. You're more of a soccer guy.
I would be. If there's anything, it would be soccer. Yeah, but
I see. I know. Yeah,
but I don't know sports. I keep picking up weird sports stuff though, which is kind of annoying because I know nothing about the sports and all that crap. But
Boston, or what is that?
Yeah, it's like a Boston. I talked about it on the show, but it's like a Boston plastic signature thing, 1946. Okay. And I got a book of Rough Riders signatures, which is really cool. But yeah,
it's really cool.
Anyways, yeah, sorry. No, I don't do sports.
So you didn't watch Conor McGregor?
Well, I know who that is. I know he's gone a little crazy, but
dude, if you had $400 million or whatever it is, I think I'd be a little crazy too.
Yeah, not to mention the punches to the head.
Wow.
Kicks to the head, elbows to the head, knees to the head.
Yeah. But he did you watch the fight at all? Did you guys you blinked, you missed
it on. Yeah, I turned it. I think I forget. I think I was watching a late baseball game because they were in the West Coast when that was on. So when the game was over, I flipped it over, and the fight just ended. So I watched the replay essentially just right after it happened. But I was like, wow, that's terrible. Yeah.
So they estimated, Carl, just because you probably don't know, he probably made. They're estimating about $20 million. The guy ran at the opponent as soon as the bell rang, ran at him, did a roundhouse kick, twisted his knee, and went down. So he tried to stand back up. He put pressure on that knee. He fell down again. And then the guy's to the ref, the guy's hurt. I can sit here and punch him, but he's hurt. And
right.
Connor's fight me. You know what I mean? Because
That's
he knows
sad.
he has to entertain, and all of a sudden the ref calls it, and it's over. Like
Oh my god.
Yeah.
$20 million.
It's sad. It's it's like that boxer there. I can't remember his name right now, who like shuffled along in the stadium. It's like these guys are
Oh, Tyson?
Tyson. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
can't
you watch
remember that
fight?
guy's name. Tyson? Like,
Yeah. Did you watch the fight?
oh yeah.
It was just sad, right? Like,
Yeah, but what were you expecting? Like,
we're not expecting
I don't
anything.
think
But
it's. I don't. I see. I always think I see things differently than everyone else. I didn't think it was sad at all. I saw a guy who represented 60-year-old men who always feel they can come back. There's always one more in them. You know what I mean? And I think it was good for him. I don't think the fight was like, if you're thinking it's going to be like Mike Tyson
entertaining.
when he was 19 years old, like.
No,
I
that's
think then
I
you're
definitely
the
don't
guy
think
that has the problem, to be honest with
I
you.
definitely don't
this-
think that.
Was this Tyson versus Jake Paul? Is that the fight we're
Jake Paul,
talking
yeah.
about? Yeah. Jake Paul should have killed him. Like I think he wasn't even trying to hurt him, honestly. Either. I don't think that
know.
fight.
See, I think I see it the other way. Like there was one shot where Tyson could have went for the knockout punch, and
Yeah.
he didn't. He did this. Like he went halfway and he stopped, and they were saying, okay, it was fixed. Well, I don't think either one of those guys wanted like their head taken off and like be out for life. You know what I mean? Like it was a
Right.
publicity thing. If you think it was anything more than a publicity, like Jake Paul's known for this, right? Like
As a
Okay.
publicity stunt, it totally worked.
yeah,
Because
for
even
sure.
I watched the damn thing.
Yeah.
Right?
I was just excited to see Tyson back in there, man. Like
Yeah.
like he's
It can be both. It can be all those things and still kind of sad.
he's the greatest of our generation. Muhammad Ali, he was before my time, so I can understand that he would be the best ever.
Right.
But then before that, somebody else would say somebody else is better. You know what I mean? Like Mike Tyson, I remember like there was video games of Mike Tyson and all sorts of shit. Like
Punch out.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. I thought it was neat just to kind of see him back in there. I like watching Mike Tyson interviews and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm not dismissing the guy, man.
Yeah.
But
if you thought it was going to be like 19-year-old Tyson and Jake Paul, like that was not going to happen. But anyway, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I saw it differently.
So to switch things a little bit back to reselling a little bit.
Go back to soccer, Carl?
Yeah. So Jamie was right. You told me to put my store on sale.
Yeah.
and that worked. I'd say like half my sales were just from the store, and nice old stuff too, which was really good. So
It really
That's a good tip.
throws. You'll notice like a whole bunch of new watchers, and like you get a whole bunch of new opportunities to sell stuff. It's pretty good, honestly. Like I mean, the downfall is when you start doing that, then you feel like you always have to be running sales. But You know,
no, I completely forget about it.
yeah, you can target old items though, right? So I don't know if you did that when you set up the sale. Like I go by days listed on site, and those are the ones that I'm looking to put sales on, right?
Yeah, that's why I did it, because I didn't know you could do that. So yeah, I picked everything that was old, and because that's the stuff I really want to put on sale, like you just said. So yeah, no, it's easy, and it was easy.
Yes.
No fighting, no selecting items one by one or anything like that.
Yeah, that makes it brutal when you actually, if you were to have to sit there and just figure out what things you want to actually put on sale, like no. Yeah.
So that was a couple weeks ago, right, Carl? Like that was
Well, when Jamie was last on, so I don't know.
Yeah.
A month
Okay,
and a half
so
ago.
so my question is, I just wanted to kind of, for the audience, kind of get that timeline. How has your sales been like for the last week or 2 weeks?
I've had 0 sales this week.
Really?
Yeah, in
Okay.
the last week, yep, 0. But I'm very distracted right now, so I can't remember the last time I listed.
Because I haven't listened in a long time, and I was saying to Jamie when he was here last week, Friday, was it Friday?
Yeah, it was Friday.
It was
Yep.
Friday. So today's Wednesday. So my eBay store kind of woke up, like kind of like I started selling some stuff. So I was just gonna see how your guys was doing, but
Yeah, consistent, but I consistently list and interact with like, you know, opportunities to sell through offers and whatever. So I mean, consistent for sure. Well, is it the best ever? No, but I'm still making, you know, multiple sales daily. So Poshmark's still been really good too. Poshmark, when I went on my like little vacation, I had to put Poshmark on actual vacation mode. You can't make any sales on their platform.
Yeah.
It took a while to get that rolling again because it gives you an idea of how well, you know, like I use automation to share and whatever on Poshmark. I don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
But it kind of gives you an idea of how long it takes for all that to benefit you. It took me, you know, 3 or 4 days of me, you know, actively sharing and listing again for Poshmark to even acknowledge I was alive.
Yeah.
And then it starts to come back in. eBay's similar, but Poshmark's way more brutal about that for sure.
Because you just got back from vacation.
Yeah.
Like a week, yeah. So okay. So that, I guess it's not really a fair question because it took a bit, but I don't know. I found like toy soldiers to magazines, $170. I had it listed for 200, but I guess I give 15% off. So $170 for the G.I. Joe Adventure Team kit, $80 for Spawn Sega game disc only. Like I don't know, just some really good stuff. I could list a few more, but I just like some of this stuff I've had listed a long time, you know, and it just seemed to wake up and kind of some of this stuff is finally selling. So I just wondered what the heck's going on, but like that, I got a Maclean's Canadian Weekly News magazine with Ben Johnson on the cover of it. Speaking of sports, Carl.
Yeah.
You know who Ben Johnson is, right? He's a tennis player.
Oh, yeah, tennis player.
But, now that's controversial. He was an Olympic runner, steroids, all that kind of stuff. But that magazine must have been listed for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like maybe I guess in eBay's eyes it wasn't, because when we moved here last year, I would have relisted it because I went through my inventory and just relisted everything. But even in eBay's eyes, it's still a year, you know, because I would have done that last year when we moved in. So, like, it's just weird how things that have been sitting for a little bit all of a sudden started selling, and I'm like,
that's a really weird item, though. That's like the epitome of a long tail item. Like, who would want that? But the person who wants it, there's probably not that many available either, right? So it makes sense that would take a long time to sell because that's not like a hot commodity or something, right? Like,
yeah. Well, they spent $29.95.
That's still a good sale for what it is, yeah.
Some
stuff's just like that, though, right? Some stuff. I think if I'm going to be completely honest, I do feel like if you left things listed, eventually everything would sell. Would you have to put less money? Probably, right? If you overprice stuff, you're never going to sell it. But
right.
But there are things that just take a year to sell. You know, that kind of has to be kind of the mindset when you buy stuff too. Am I willing to wait this long? You know, same thing if you do a bulk buy. There's so much stuff when you do a bulk buy when you're not like picking stuff and you're just buying somebody's crap. There's stuff in there you've got to make that decision. Do I even want to list this? This will be, you know, $20 in a year. Do I care, or do I just, you know, do something else with it? Auction, donate it, this, that, the other, you know. Because I do this full time, those things that take a year, I'll still list them. But if I was doing it part time, I probably wouldn't even deal with it.
Yeah. Like that lower end stuff can be difficult because it's like I only have so much motivation to do it anyways. Where I'd rather just not even touch the $20 thing unless it's like new in package,
or you know, to sell really fast, right? That makes all the difference in the world too.
Yeah,
and this is a $30 item that is a magazine in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of front and back picture. The front really is the selling point anyways. And then you kind of open it up a couple pages just to show that it's good, the staples. And then, so it's not hard to list. You know what I mean? So that I don't know.
Magazines actually don't mind.
Yeah.
because it's easy to list like for pictures, but it's also easy to ship. I just have stay flats. I think I paid up for them, like maybe 50 or 75 cents, but it's just so fast. Like self adhering stay flats. The magazines always fit. It takes me 5 seconds, slap a label on there, and you're done, right? It's something very, no padding, nothing. It's just very appealing. Everyone's been very happy.
Do you put them in a plastic sleeve, like a magazine sleeve? See, I do that as well.
Maybe I have plastic sleeves now.
Yeah.
So maybe I would do that now.
Yeah.
But for a lot of the magazines, I was selling them for like $15. And like those stay flats keep that stuff safe.
Yeah.
Or at least no one's complained. So, you know, if I'm going to sell some of these magazines for a bit more, like 30, 40, well, you know what? I'll probably put one in. I have them now. That's the difference, right? Have the magazine sleeves. What I had to buy was a bunch of comic book sleeves. I couldn't plastic sleeves. I couldn't believe I didn't have any. It's like you go through, you know, you order so much stuff, and then sometimes like you double, or at least I do. I double order stuff by mistake because it's like I can't find the original things. But it's like, yeah, no comic books. My comic books are doing pretty well out of the booth. So,
oh, good.
Yeah. Recently, I've sold a bunch. I've had a like one of the big white boxes of comics. Yeah, it was just it was full, and I thought a bunch of times about just like, you know, starting a bonfire with what was left because they just were sitting there. Yeah. And over the last 2 months, for some reason, there's almost none in there. They've just all disappeared, and they sat for, I don't know, years, because they were in my Delhi location. And after people picked through the good ones and I pulled the ones out I wanted, they just sat and sat and sat. And now the box is almost empty. So I guess it just took the right person to start coming to the market, realize that box was there. I don't know if it's the same person who's rebuying, but it's weird that, you know.
How much are you selling the non-keys for?
Like $3 maybe.
Yeah. I'm selling them for $2 each or 3 for $5.
Yeah.
For the non-keys. Rough. Some of them really rough, right? And
go ahead. Sorry, Carl.
And then, you know, I'm gonna have the same thing where a lot of them will go and then the rest will die. People are buying Dazzler of all things for some reason.
Oh wow.
A lot of Dazzler is going out the door. But to keep it simple, I have them on the wall, like some of the more valuable ones, and then like the long boxes are 2 to 5. But I'm going to actually put in some more valuable ones, individually priced, and just create not buzz, but you know, action as well. So
that's the good thing about being there. You can do the 3 to 5 thing. Three comics for $5. We can't do special deals like that. At least I can't, because they're just taking the item into the thing. So if they say 3 for $5, like at the cash, they're not going to know how to ring that in, or it would just create chaos for them. So
yeah, it would be different for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did something like that, but I had pins in a locking booth, and inside the booth, the pricing was there. So somebody had to physically open the cabinet to get stuff out of there, which would have been somebody who worked there. Right. So then I had lots where you could buy more and it got cheaper, but yeah, like otherwise it would be way too hard.
It's I saw your video. It's frustrating when you do a nice display, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah,
like that was me with t-shirts. I spent all this time making cardboard backings. You could flip through the t-shirts like they were comic books. Look great. Didn't sell any.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, I think you're utilizing the space better too by changing what you did, Jamie. And right, like to have those pins spread out like that in a big space. Yeah. To condense them into a basket, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't you say you were going to put them in a basket or something like that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I still have some in Delhi in a basket, and they sell there. Every time I get a new updated payout sheet, there's pins on there because people buy them. And then I have not sold that many at all in Tillsonburg. And it's weird. I thought, okay, if you could see all the pins, maybe it'd be easier so you don't have to dig through. I guess people, you get more excited when you dig through, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone actually did that this weekend. They were buying some Playboys, and they said, oh, I actually like digging through all the boxes because they were all in the most awkward spot, right? Underneath my cabinets and stuff like that, but they were fine. The Disney pins, those are premium pins though. Like I have a few, and I usually sell 1 or 2 every weekend, like for $8, $10, $15, right?
Yeah, some of them can be. The ones I have are all considered scrappers, which just mean they're like they've been either decommissioned from a park, or they're just like beat up a little more. The colors are off or something. But you know, but yeah, there are some really nice ones. My nephews just came back from their first ever Disney trip, and we sent them with a bunch of the pins to trade. And I probably heard like 45-minute story about all the pins. And we gave them some U.S. money to spend. They must have spent like $100 on Disney pins while they were there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Any instructions to bring you back a certain pin or not?
No. I was looking through the haul they got. I'm like, I wonder if they'd trade me that one. But no, yeah.
You give them $100 to spend. They should be like giving you a couple, though.
Yeah, no kidding. But
yeah.
No, it's good. I was happy they got to go for sure.
Yeah, that's one place I've never been.
Disney. I go once or twice a year.
Yeah, I just find that the stories I've heard. So I have no idea firsthand, but like waiting in line and stuff like that, I just wouldn't want to do that, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pay to play type place. If you want to pay for a fast pass, you can go through. It's not like a fast pass like you don't just pay and go to the front of the line. You get this pass, and it allows you to pick rides throughout the day, and you can skip the lines. So that's pretty much how we do it. The brand new rides you can pay like just $20 to go on. Everything is just a money grab there. So like. That's just kind of the way it is, though. Like,
so the rich get to
or
play, the poor kids like me would,
or the financially irresponsible like me. That's pretty much it.
Well, we did that at like Harry Potter World, and the way we saw is like we spend all this money per day staying there. We don't want to spend our time in line, and for the locals, they don't care for lining up because they might even have a season pass.
Yes.
So what about the ones that
screw them?
When I took my kids to Universal, we did the same thing. We bought the fast passes because I'm like, well, you guys might come back later on in life, but I brought them. I'm like, we can do everything you want to do today, and it cost a gross amount of money on top of the park ticket. I think I paid another $500 for the four of us. So
what about the poor family that decided not to eat for 2 weeks because they just wanted to go one day to, and then everybody's fast passing them? What about those guys?
Yeah, they should
not be going to Disneyland.
Save more money before you go, I guess.
Cold guys. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Yeah. It's life, man. That's the way it is. But
yeah, those places are all just like literally. They like I obviously go and love places like that, but it's it's like such an escape from reality. Honestly, it's you're paying for that, right? But I mean, people pay big money to go on all kinds of all-inclusive vacations, blah blah blah. It's just whatever you enjoy.
Well, I remember hearing. Now this is going back years ago, so it could change a lot, but. They have the park divided up into different sections, right? And is there one that was a lot of electronics? Oh, do they divide the park up into different sections?
Well, like Disney, you mean?
Yeah. You have Disney, and then you have
So there's So Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom are the four parks in Florida. In California, it's like Disneyland, and then across from Disneyland is California Adventure. So there's two parks, and then like around the world, they're all like that. They're broken up into like different parks.
Because I don't know, was there a Hollywood Studios or something like that? Was that one?
Yeah, Hollywood Studios used to be MGM. It changed names, right? But that one had a lot more movie type stuff for sure.
Well, because they were saying that there was these Now, it could have been people dressed up. I don't know. Maybe this guy was fooled. But I remember he was saying that they went to one where the presidents would come out and stage, and these were like
Oh yeah, Hall of President.
electronically mobile people. But from a distance, they looked really real. And that was going back probably in the 90s
Yeah.
when this story was told. So I can't even imagine what they would have now, right?
Oh, they update them too. I think. I don't think I went last time, but there's like an Obama one. I think there's now a Trump one. Like they do update the Hall of Presidents too. Yeah, they do look pretty interesting. They are animatronic.
Animatronic. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the term I was searching for in my brain, but they say that it's amazing. Like they just look so realistic and stuff. Would you find that, or
The old ones are kind of creepy and they're very hydraulic. They have weird motions. The new ones all have not the president's one, but new Disney animatronics have projected faces. So they're like a white face with projection that you can't see the projection. They look super real. Like all this new stuff like Frozen and all like that, those type of rides, that's what they use. But when the ride malfunctions, there's just like a big white face in front of you. So it's
that's even more terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah, it is really weird for sure.
Well, pretty soon they'll be running the world in about 20 years. So I don't know if we'll be around for that, but
yeah,
come to your door, deliver a package. But you can have whatever Disney character you want delivering your package, and the kids go crazy.
Yeah, I find the Amazon guys are so sneaky. Like we've had a few deliveries, and I'm staring at the door. These guys are so fast. They bring the package. Like, what do you mean it's delivered? I'm like hyper vigilant for people coming to the front door.
Yeah,
they're pretty good. Yeah,
they throw them out of the vehicle and snap a picture so that they get their money and run.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I don't want to interact anyways.
Yeah, I was in the garage. The guy handed it to me and then took a picture of me holding the package. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah,
that's actually. I was telling you guys before, like I think on a different episode or whatever, that I was doing DoorDash, and I still do DoorDash once in a while. That's the same. That's the same thing. When you drop off somebody's DoorDash, you have to take photos of it to prove that you dropped it off. And it's weird too, because a lot of times it's fine if nobody's outside, but if somebody meets you at the door, it's like, hey, sorry, I've got to take this really awkward picture right now. It gets more normal because you do it over and over, but it is weird for sure.
Yeah. I didn't complain or anything, but yeah, it was kind of weird for me too. Like getting my picture taken, holding this back.
You should have gave him 2 thumbs up.
Or the finger, right? With a big smile. But nice. Or grab my axe and then hold it and come at him, right? It would have been just in fun.
Anyway. So I hear you guys have been exchanging goods for money.
Yeah.
How did that go? I know, Jamie, you have a video on that. If it's a really good video, if people want to go check it out on your channel there, Thrift on Fire. But
thanks.
Unfortunately, the camera broke, and
I
mean, you explained that, but you still got some more footage coming up in another video too. So
I think so. Yeah. I do. I haven't went through the second half of it yet. I was surprised when I was going through it. I'm like, oh, this is actually usable enough that I can make a video. I did have one person complain who comments on my YouTube channel often. And I think in general, he's a pretty nice guy. And it's not like I need to block him or anything, but I'm just like, why, if you're he just said he did, I'm sure he was annoyed at the camera angle because I had it too far down and I'm on my phone. You can only half see the phone. And I'm like, you don't have to watch these. If this video is boring or bothering you, just click off it, please. He just always has something negative to say. But for the most part, I think he's a really good guy. I don't mean any negativity towards him, but seems like a negative guy. He's always got something negative to say. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You have your opinion.
Yeah.
It was fun. I really enjoyed going to your house and doing that.
Yeah, well, that's the second time you came by. A couple months ago, I think you were here too. But this one is a different. I'm really motivated to kind of clear all. I don't know if start over again is really the word, but really, you saw the basement. I got things all over the place. I got to clear it up because I start work next week. Next Monday, I got a new job. So
there you go. News. Hot news.
So I am definitely not going to stop buying and selling. I'm just changing up how that's happening. So I think Stephanie would just like to have the basement back, for one thing. But the garage is going to be converted into the main selling working area, and then we have a back room down here, which once it's cleaned out, you know what, Carl?
Mhm.
There's one thing I thought Jamie would be all over, because I know you would have been, and that's the insoles. I have so many I probably
Oh,
still
yeah.
have
Yeah.
50% of the insoles left, maybe a little bit more. But Jamie wasn't interested at all, and I'm like, okay.
What?
Like, I still have them listed, but
New
I'll
in package?
new and
I'll
package.
send you
That's
your
the word.
insoles for I've got a couple boxes, so it's a lot less square footage it would take up, and these are ballet slip-on slippers. They're like the same demographic almost. They're
Yeah.
awful.
Well, I like these. What I got to do with these ones though is ever since Trump took out the minimus, the de minimis, these things have like basically stopped selling. So I haven't sold one since then. So what I think I'm going to do is bundle them up, because a lot of times when people bought one, they bought two.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is end up bundling them up into pairs, and then instead of saying, I don't know, I think I have 35 to 55 per thing, I'm just going to put $50 for a pair, because you would have saw the boxes. So each box would have been, for the most part, there might have been two types of insoles, but for the most part, there's types of insole. So there might be 7 to 10 to, I think there's maybe a couple that are a little bit more, but they're all of the same. So I'm just going to pair them up, and where I might have one, I might put three. You know what I mean?
Have you ever considered, and maybe you're gated on this, I don't know. Amazon is stupid to sell on sometimes, but if you did fulfilled by Amazon, all you would literally do would put them in a box. You'd have to declare what they are, ship them to Amazon, and then don't worry about it. They sell them, they do all the shipping, they do the customer returns, everything. Like, you would just be in front of, if you're allowed to sell them on there, you would be in front of such a big marketplace to sell them. You're not, you don't get the same kind of money back. Like, they sell them for higher profit and they take a big chunk of it, because that's kind of how Amazon is.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about it. You just ship it to them. I've had some luck with Amazon, but it just takes forever.
I'm not gonna go to Amazon. I'll stick with eBay. That's it. I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm kind of just, I'm not throwing you under the bus as much as I just know Carl would have liked new in the box. It's but the thing is, I'm gonna just pair them up and sell them as pairs, because a lot of times people bought two at a time anyways. They would order two at a time. So
Yeah, like with Jamie, your Amazon idea is actually, that's a great idea. But I find with Amazon, like you just said, they gate everything. So I just gave up. I kind of forgot they're even a reselling platform.
It's hard to sell if they, it seems like if something seems like it's be a good thing to sell on Amazon, you can't sell it on Amazon.
No.
And
You can't beat their turnover rate.
Nope. It's good.
Yeah.
Especially, I think I'm a big fan personally of Fulfilled by Amazon, FBA. Fulfilled by Merchant is just like doing eBay, except for you guys do all the work and they take a lot of the money. Like, I don't like that. But
it wasn't worth the time. Like, if it wasn't different enough from eBay for me to do that.
No, me neither. Yeah. I don't like their whole, like, the back end that you have to look at when you're selling. Trying to figure that out is very confusing. It feels like, eBay feels like it's kind of self-explanatory, like fill in the blanks and list it.
They're a lot better now, for sure. They've been improving that. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazon's really confusing. It looks like you're, trying to fulfill like a warehouse order or something.
Yeah, they're built towards big businesses for sure.
Yep.
I remember I enjoyed it. Like, for some things it was really good, like that system. But I found, like you said, everything's gated, so I just stopped looking. Like, what's the point? They don't really want us. That's how I felt. They didn't really want small sellers there. They just want the big boys.
Yep. Yeah.
But
go ahead. I was going to say, just for like, I know I'll never get you to do it, but you can do combined shipping and on eBay, so you can have all that stuff automatic. But I've given up trying to convince you of that one.
Who?
You.
What are you saying? I thought you were still talking to Jamie. I was like in
For
another
combined
world.
shipping on eBay, you could have all that do that automatically instead of creating listings like with 2 or 3 pairs in it. You could have all that automatic.
in one listing.
Yeah.
I don't do that either, by the way, but you can for sure.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
You know why I don't do that, Carl? It's for a different reason, though. It's not
Okay.
because I'm too lazy to set it up.
Yeah.
Because I have listing goals, and each time I list like that, if I have a quantity of 2, list that or the other, it's a new listing. That's why I like to do it the other way.
Well, see, I'm not talking about quantity of items, but that's also true. That
Well,
what you just said
I
is
did do
also true.
quantity. I did do quantity of items.
Okay, well, that might actually just bypass exactly what I said and bugged you about. But you can also
if you don't
combine.
look at them, it says quantity of like 5 or 10. Like,
Right. So you're saying like you're talking about pairing them up then. What
yeah.
did you mean by that?
Well, instead of paying 35 for one or 50 for one, I'm going to put them in pairs. I don't want somebody buying one for $20 or $25.
Yeah.
But I don't mind them buying 2 for $50 or $40.
There might be something in there. Like that might be a .com thing and not .ca. I do remember something about that, but honestly, I'd have to look into it again.
All I'm going to do is I'm just going to relist them. So I'll put 2 in the photo, quantity of, say I got 10, then a quantity of 5. 5 pairs. Or I can just, they all look the same. One picture is going to be this, so I'll just relist it until those are gone. Right? It's not just, it's a click of a button, Carl. It's not like,
yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, what happens if they want 3 pairs? What happens if they want 1? What happens if they want 2? You might be able to do all that automatically, is what I'm saying, without creating.
I don't care. I don't care.
I know. That's why I've given up.
No, I don't care. If they want 3 pairs, then
right.
I don't care. You got to buy 2.
Scott doesn't care.
If you want 4 pair, come back later on. When the other 2 are worn out, you can come back for another pair.
Yeah.
But I can't appease everybody in the world. I can only appease and cater to a certain percentage, and that's what I'm doing.
Right.
If they want 3, they can go buy them now. They can get
I'm not going to beat the dead horse. It's dead.
Like if they wanted 3, they would be buying 3 now the way it's listed. But I think a lot of it may have. I don't know what the reason is, but I'm assuming it basically stopped overnight because of that. So I'm going to drop the price a little bit, pair them up.
Yeah.
Because I think they're going to start. I honestly feel that they'll start selling again. So, and you know what? It might be in my mind because I kind of stopped until October. So really, it's only been since October. And I might have sold a few since then. I just don't recall doing that. That's all. And I unlisted everything. You know what? I'll tell you right now what's happened. They're not listed for the U.S. right now. I can tell you that.
That would hurt.
Because those are the things I didn't list in the U.S.
And that people would not be buying through the EIS for sure.
So I just answered my own question.
Yeah.
Because I took a step back in time and figured out what the hell was going on with my life. But yeah, they are not listed in the U.S.
That makes sense.
Because there's probably 15 listings. And the U.S. was, I think the U.S. was the only buyer. Let's break it down here. Because probably ours, if you're in the workforce here, you probably get compensated through either your benefits or through your work. Like all our boots are usually paid for, or you get like reimbursement. You know what I mean? So it's paid for. But there in the U.S., maybe it's different, or you're a construction guy, or you're starting out, or something. Like there's more. And I don't know their system, so everybody don't jump on me. But maybe you could explain it to me if I'm wrong here. But I'm assuming those type of options might be limited. There's more people there that don't have those options than here that buy on eBay. So it's more appealing to the American market, I would think.
That's true. And it's also more of a commodity type item, right?
Yeah.
So I might not, honestly, I'm still going to probably pair them up just because I think shipping and, is going to be different. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on about this. I'm still going to pair them up, but I have to make sure that they are able to be purchased in the U.S. because I guarantee you that right now, I know they're not. So anyway, so that answers my question. Okay, that's what happened. So it's my fault.
Where are they made? Do you know that? Like, is it worth selling under this?
They're made in the U.S.
Oh yeah, so should be tariff free. Yeah, everything's made in the good old USA these days, right?
The U.S. is the new China. as far as labels on where things are made.
It needs to expressed by some of the hosts does not necessarily represent the podcast's overall opinions.
Hey, I'm out of it. I got a new job Monday. Don't beat the messenger. But anyway, and there it is. So I honestly I don't know where they're made. So I'd have to check that out. But either way, figure it out.
So souls,
yeah, insoles.
Yeah. My booth sales were good this weekend. I was happy with that.
Selling the soul.
Booth sales have been up. That's good.
Yeah,
Good news.
yeah. My charts are all the lines are pointing the right direction. So
wow, yeah.
My zones are totally working. Zone.
I can see every single zone from the picture on your website.
It's hilarious. All the zones are going the right direction. So you make fun, but it's damn well working.
I don't make fun of your zones, Carl. I make fun of
the concept.
I don't like making fun's not you said making fun, and I'm kind of elaborating on it, but I'm not even making fun. I just find it interesting how people do things differently.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't invest my time into that because I never started that way. But it's just, I just know if things aren't selling over here, I can move them over there. If things aren't selling over here, they got to get out of the booth, after a certain time. And
that's the biggest thing is just getting rid of the junk.
And there's even more to it than that, because if you got $150 on a radio and your market only allows that kind of stuff to be sold for like $65, I don't care if I put it in someone's hands when I'm there, it's not going to be purchased.
Yeah, that's actually been a big eye opener. Like I brought home stuff and I'm looking at the prices I had and stuff. It's like there's no way.
Yeah,
I've gained $65 for that. I'll be lucky to get $25 for it.
So you to do your zones is probably a different way of doing the same thing I do. I just do it differently. And the bottom line is, it doesn't matter what you call it or what system you have to keep on top of your stuff. You have to keep moving it around, adjusting prices, and just keep on top of it. Like,
yeah, I must admit, adjusting prices is something I rarely do.
It's something I rarely do too, and I don't do sales. And everybody does that kind of stuff. I just don't do sales because I feel people just come in and buy the good stuff at a discounted price. They're going to buy the stuff they would buy anyway, and it kind of irks me. So I just don't do sales. I'll just drop the price when I feel it's been there too long. So
what about you, Jamie? Do you do sales or?
Absolutely. I want to sell my stuff. I do. Yeah. Makes sense to me. I get your point, but at the same time, online, the same. I'll sell anything on a disc. I'm
talking the booth. I don't mean to interrupt, but
yeah, so am I. We are talking about the booth right now.
Oh, okay.
I read sales.
You said online, and I'm like,
no. I'm comparing it to online because it's the same idea. If I have something for $500 online, would I still take $400 for it? Probably. So I just don't see the difference. That's all.
Well, the online to me is a little different for me because. Yeah. First of all, you're not doing a sale because you're unloading stuff at a discount. You're doing a sale to kind of bring activity to your booth.
Well, it's sat there too long, probably, though.
Yeah, but you're still, like you said to Carl, it just kind of brings everything it brings traction and people
Yeah.
to your store. There's already the same people coming through my store at the market. I find online I treat it differently. So do I put a sale on there? I haven't. I don't know if I really had to. Some people would say differently. I have my where I am right now, like I just don't feel I have to, but that doesn't mean I don't give a discounted price. So people that come in as watchers, I always throw, even lately I've been doing up to 25%, but I usually throw a 10 to 15%. Most of the time it's 15. It all depends on what it is and what the price range is. So I have something $29.95. I don't want to bring it too much lower, so I might just throw a 10% in there. But I do a lot of 15%, and because I feel if someone's watching, they're interested, I want them to come in right now. So let's give them something that they can't say no to. And so I do treat online differently than I treat the booth.
Like the big difference with the booth is you have something physically there taking up space where something else could be in that spot. So you kind of want to make sure the turnover in the booth is higher, right?
Yeah, but the booth is a little bit more, and maybe I'm going off in a different direction of what you guys are meaning, but to me, the booth, I know where my numbers need to be. And if they're not there and the store is doing good, I need to adjust big time. So is it bringing down prices, bringing in a whole new stuff, maybe just taking some of the old shit out of there that's been sitting around because I got it in tray lots and it's just taking up. There's different reasons, but every month I know where I need to be. Right now I'm ahead slightly of where my numbers need to be. So everything is going good there. I just need to keep it full. If it's a bad month, like in June, in June wasn't a horrible month, but there was a bad week and then a very average rest of the 4 weeks. So what's going on there? Well, the whole store was like that. So I'm like, okay, no need to panic. It's June. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Let's
can't take
bring
data
it
from a
in, give
really
it a bit
short
of a
time
fresh
period.
look, bring in some new stuff, and let's see what happens. And then boom, July's great. So the booth is a different animal to me, and I know exactly where I need to be with stuff. Where eBay, I I don't know what you guys think, but sometimes like I heard, I think it was Josh or something call it the lighthouse effect. So the lighthouse goes around, and when the light shines on your store, you get a bunch of sales, and then when the light
Yeah.
goes around,
Yeah, feels
they
like
drop off. So I don't know sometimes what to do with eBay. Like it just all of a sudden I'll wake up one day and there's 5 sales, and it's like, well, I haven't had a sale all week. Why 5 on a Tuesday or something? Like
yeah.
it just works weirdly like that. But I do
But
monitor
back to the
stuff.
concept of like stuff in the booth taking up space, though, right? Like,
Yeah,
I asked the question again. Like, maybe Jamie, you give your opinion. Like, don't you think the turnover is actually a lot more important in the booth?
that's not.
Or
I
not?
didn't say it wasn't.
No.
The space is valuable because that's, yeah. I mean, I want to turn things over faster than I do, just because. I mean, the one thing when I started doing the booth, I thought of it initially like, okay, so it's probably like eBay, right? But it's a lot different.
It is. Yeah.
Things tend to sit a little bit longer, and then all of a sudden, they'll disappear. But yeah, I mean, space is always something that you're going to struggle with, just because if you have new things you want to bring in. I guess I got to decide what's gonna come out of the booth or what to do with it. But that's why, I mean, yeah, I'm not opposed to the running the sale thing in my booth either, though. So, but yeah,
I look at the booth this way, and I've said this many times in the past. My booth prices do not reflect eBay prices.
No.
So I'm not trying to get retail to begin with. So you could honestly say that, Scott, you always have a sale on, you just don't advertise it. Because I'm not trying to get retail for my stuff out of my booth. Turnover is quick, space is valuable, and as long as my dollar's where it needs to be every month, then I know I'm okay, right? So to say that I don't think space is valuable, it's 100% valuable. And if it's
Yeah, I
not
wasn't saying that.
filled,
Yeah.
if it's not filled or it doesn't have product in there that's moving, that needs to be changed. The other side of doing the booth is that you have to really pay attention to what you're buying and what you're paying, like what you're paying for your items. Because if it's one of those objects that's going to sit for a year, you don't want to have a lot of money in it, because really what it's doing is depreciating in your booth. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it might cost you might be selling for $100 and you might have paid $10. But if it sits there for 2 months, now it costs you $20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In theory. So
yeah, it's like your storage unit.
I might put $65 on it for the initial price to move it. I paid 10. Why not take $65 for it? You know what I mean? Why do I need 100? And Carl, I used to remember you used to say to me, because I like money and I want retail. Remember that?
And that was before I have a booth.
That was
because I find my margins in the booth are much lower than eBay.
Yeah. So I'm not going to put 100 on it and then every 5 months, once a year, whatever, put a sale on. I'm going to put what price I think it should be priced at right then and there.
That can be hard though sometimes, right?
Wow.
Well, if you don't have experience like me, I bring things in thinking I was going to get higher prices, right? And you get a feel for the market. So
well, yeah, but you've been there long enough now. You got a feel for the market.
Yeah, but it took a year and a half, really, to be honest.
I mean, it didn't happen overnight for me.
No.
I've been doing it for 10, 11, 12 years now.
But my margins on eBay is probably 3 or 4 times the item cost.
100%.
Where in the booth, it's probably more like 2 to 3.
Yeah. But you know what? On eBay, I've never had anyone say, hey, I saw your eBay store. Can you come over? And I got a bunch of stuff for sale.
Right.
But the booth has provided that. So there's pros and cons on both sides.
Why not? Yeah, I wasn't disparaging one or the other, because the booth isn't just about margins. It's also about like take thing, put in thing in box, you're done. Like for example, like I get those stupid Shopkins, right? Whenever I see Shopkins now, I just buy the bag and I just dump the bag in with the rest of the Shopkins I already have. There's no in the booth.
Right.
There's no listing it. There's no pictures, no figuring, it's easy, right? So I'm not disparaging the booth. I'm just saying the math isn't exactly all the same for the two.
Right. Yep. So it's that's why I don't run a sale, because in maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm always on sale. You could argue that point too. My stuff's always on sale.
Yeah. And when I'm in the booth, people ask for discounts. So
they do. Even when I'm not in the booth. Then I see that lovely 10% off. 10% discount. You guys got that too, right, Jamie?
Yeah, I think I've okayed up to 15% off without like somebody contacting me in my booth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We just do a standard 10. But you guys can authorize up to a certain amount individually then, eh?
He asked, I don't know. He asked me and I said I'd be comfortable with that, yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, by selling live, you're dealing with cash.
Yeah.
So when you give discounts again, I'm not going to just like I don't want to give like a $2 discount. Generally, it's going to be in the $5s because it's awkward otherwise, right? Like here's a bunch of change and stuff like that. I'll do that sometimes. But yeah.
Have you ever, only because you're there, Carl, said like, you know what, the more you buy, I can do a better price?
Yeah, but rarely.
Not of one item, but like maybe they're like, well, I'm interested in those books and that record and these Smurfs, and you know what?
I definitely get that. People ask for bulk buys.
Yeah.
And it depends on the item.
Yeah.
So like I had a bunch of like old movie star magazines trashed to hell, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't pay much for each one, 25 cents or whatever, and they wanted the whole pile of them of about 40 or 50. And I gave them a big discount. I think I paid, 75 cents each or something like that, right? Because they weren't moving. Yeah. They were awkward, and just to get rid of them. But for other things, I've said no. Like I remember someone wanted to buy all my Smurfs at a bulk price, and I said no. Because I wanted to get the premium out of those items first. And So like the other good example would be my laser discs, right?
Yeah.
I got rid of the premium ones, and now if someone offered me a bulk buy on what I have left after like 8, whatever it is, 5 months, I'd be more open to that. So the answer is it depends too, right?
Yeah.
Because like a lot, things get cherry picked out of lots too, like you're saying, and you get stuck with the rest. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any right or wrong. I think as long as you can justify it to your bottom line, you're doing fine. I just think we all have different ways of viewing it, but at the end of the day, we want to sell stuff for a profit. You know what I mean? So
it depends on my mood too. Like someone picked up a wrinkle dog. It's like they're buying this wrinkle dog. I gave them a 50% discount.
I would have just said, I'm going to look over here, and
Yeah.
you don't have to pay anything if you're gone before I turn around.
Well, like they're starting to breed in my booth. Like I got rid of that one, and I found one underneath the chair. I was like, where the hell did this one come from? I was like,
the wrinkle dog story. That's a good one though. I mean, it's fun to play around with, right? Like
Jamie's excited.
Yeah. I just sold one of Scott's cameras for $150.
Oh, nice.
Was that the one with the box?
No, it was the little orange power shot one.
Oh, that one I was actually jealous of when I saw that. I was like, I wanted that.
Earlier, I just seen I had 2 offers on Poshmark, which I have to delist it on Poshmark. So,
did I not say to you though, like you'll probably get $150 for each of those cameras, and then the Canon I said is $100. I said I promise you it works.
Yeah. Well, I haven't the Canon. I don't have batteries to try, but the D40, but the little power shots. Yeah, it was the same battery for both, so I could test the other one with that battery.
I think you'll do well with the trains as well.
Yeah, I've almost got the majority of those ones listed as well.
I'm really interested in what you do with the tracks, though. I think you're going to do good with those tracks.
I haven't done anything with them yet, but it'll be a whole day of sitting down and cleaning them and figuring out lots.
I want you to set that up in your backyard. for people don't know, these train tracks are for outside.
Yeah,
they're not for your your model in your house, right?
Well, you could run them inside, obviously, but
you can do anything you want. You can run a real train inside if you have enough space.
If you got the space, but they are garden scale. They're for outside.
So those came from Port Dover, you said, right?
Not those ones.
Oh, okay.
The trains in the box came from Dover. The tracks did not.
Okay.
The tracks came with all the G scale ones that I have here.
Okay,
but
yeah.
All those Rivarossi, Rocco, is a Merkel? I'm trying to think.
I think Rivarossi and Rocco are what's in those 2 boxes, or that box.
Those came out of Dover, and this guy had his whole basement was this guy had everything of trains, like everything. I bought conductor hats and lanterns, all the trains. I still have more trains, like they're in boxes. They're in containers, but not in their original box.
Yeah.
But I mean, you need the original box to really make money online. The other ones I'm just going to put in the booth. I'll just put them in a lot for like $20 or something. But the good ones that you got, those are going to be the gold online. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tracks are hard, eh? Like I was just talking to a buddy of mine, and he's really into like old RC stuff, and he was showing like me pictures of people just throwing out boxes of RC cars because they took the RC cars out, and now you get stuck with the track.
Those are 2 different things, though, dude.
Yeah, I'm not talking about those train tracks. I'm talking about the tracks in general.
The HO scale train tracks, I just put in a box and sent to Goodwill.
Oh yeah,
right. Because they're just a dime a dozen in my mind. But these ones are different, and if you go online and look for garden scale tracks. Like there's one pieces in there. Like honestly, I saw them for 45, $50. Like when Jamie was here, I think there was one for 35. But like I saw just that one piece where it's a switcher track.
Yeah, the
Like
special
I
track,
see them
yeah.
for $50.
Yeah, I
And
think they have to have the little module in them though for them to be worth more. There's like some little electric thing in it.
yeah, well, I don't know. But I mean, still, I think without the
No,
module, they still got to
yeah,
be
they're
something.
still gonna. No, I think without they're still like 30, $35 for that switch. But the ones that are more all have like something that plugs into something. Like there's an extra piece on them that's like, yeah. I think they're going to be good. It's just going to be a matter of figuring out how I want to list them and sell them and figure out what it's going to cost to ship because they're kind of awkward. But
the smaller ones, which is most of them, I don't think they're awkward. But the longer ones might be that extra. Like I don't think they're not as long as a golf club. So if
no, it can't be worse than a golf club. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the long narrow items. Finding the boxes. Oh, what a pain. Or have you ever had a board game like that's like 1 foot by 1 foot by like 2 inches or something like that? It's like,
but they're not breakable. They're not breakable. Like I mean, like you could easily make a box and just wrap them up in a cardboard or something. Like they're just train tracks, dude. They're not like, you know what I mean? It's not like it's gonna break or anything. They're
not electrified, eh? They're just like metal.
Oh yeah, no, they would be.
They are electrified. Okay.
Yeah, they have the metal connectors, right? So you would right. But I don't think they're hard. Like I mean, I would take a photo of the front, a photo of the back, a photo of the connectors. So 4 photos, you're done. Maybe a ruler, so they got an idea of the length.
Yep.
But I mean, if you're doing a train track outside, you're going to want the long ones. So they're probably a bit of a premium. I don't know, but I'm just guessing. And maybe they're connected. Maybe those are 2 of them connected. The shorter one's connected. Did you check that?
No, I haven't touched them. They're still just sitting in the box.
We'll be doing a show in a year from now. How'd you do on the train tracks? Oh, they're still sitting in the box.
Well, I've been listing like this cameras, which that camera I just sold was the orange power shot.
Yeah.
This morning got listed. Like I'm just going through the stuff that's easy for me to list, good money. Everything I'm listing is like, 50 to 150, like in that range. And I'm just trying to get it all.
Did you do the Furby?
Yep. This morning the Furby got drafted it got drafted yesterday, listed today. Yeah. 150.
That Furby's you put 150 on it? Yeah.
I did. Why not?
Yeah.
And then somebody can offer me or whatever. Yep.
But yeah, well, Jamie, you're more than welcome to come back anytime. We got more stuff here. More boxes to see what we got.
I'll have to watch my step around there so I don't trip over one of those Froggo snakes.
Froggo snakes, yeah.
The other thing is, I had that Furby probably for 6 months, maybe a year in the booth, and it did not sell.
Yeah, it's definitely an online thing because it's going to be somebody who's collects them or is like really, that's like this weird like nostalgic thing for that exact. I hate them. Like they're so creepy. I don't like them at all. Honestly. But yeah,
I think I had 65 or $80, like almost half the price of what they were for online, and it did not sell in the booth. So
yeah, it'd be hard to have somebody walk. I mean, you get a lot of traffic in Waterford. I don't mean that, but not the same as online traffic, right? Like it's just people can also online search for that exact thing. Somebody has to just stumble in your booth who wants that, which is going to be way more rare too, right?
Yeah, I had them in my booth and I took them out. They weren't going. And the other problem is too often they're like rotted out in the battery compartment.
Yeah.
So, but
did you take a picture of the battery compartment? Like it was clean when I remember. I put a battery in it.
It's clean. Yeah. I did not take. I should have took a video of it. Actually, maybe I still can because it's working. It was talking to me yesterday. I couldn't have turned it off faster.
Well, the thing is too, it was locked up in a case in the booth, so that sometimes, it can affect sale. But I mean, I'm not going to leave that out, and then some kid comes in here and smashes it or something, and it's then it's worthless. you know, but it was locked up in the booth. And I brought it home because I'm like, well, maybe I'll get to it and list it one day. And then Jamie came by and I'm like, hey, you want a Furby? And you
Yeah, I
were
wasn't
kind of
sure.
like hesitant on it at first.
Only, yeah, just because I was like, I don't know, like the mouth is pretty beat up on that one for sure.
It
But
wasn't
like,
bad.
no.
It wasn't like I've seen things beat up way worse. Like it did have it had a couple imperfections. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, I was thinking like, I don't know. But then when you look at that particular one, it must have been a design flaw for them to all have kind of like that kind of ripped up like beak area on it. It must just
Yeah.
be like the hard plastic behind the actual beak must like rip itself eventually because when it moves, right? But I don't know.
Yeah, or just I mean they're toys, so kids would have just you just drop it in your toy box, that nose is gonna get rubbed, you know.
Yeah,
Um
punch it across the road. Shut up, Furby.
Yeah, because they don't shut up sometimes. Yeah.
No, that's why I like I said, I couldn't wait to turn it off. I've had one that I thought was off, like would randomly talk, or if you touched it, it would just keep going and going. It'd be like, man,
I can never figure out how to turn them off. I always had to take the batteries out.
I had a possessed Tickle Me Elmo that was the same way. Like if you started it, you would not turn off.
No.
and did you get batteries for the Spock?
No, I've it's not listed yet, or sorry, it's not live yet. It's drafted as on tested, requires batteries because I don't think that it would make a huge difference in value. Honestly, there are other ones that have been listed that have just flat out say on tested needs that are like. It seemed like you're talking about like a $30 difference. So for me to get batteries, if it works, blah blah blah. Like I'm just gonna list it the way that it is. I can tell you it's in my draft. I'll tell you how much I'm asking. Now I would take a lot less, obviously, but I think it's listed still around one. Where is it here in my drafts? I don't think it went live this morning. It's right here. Okay. I feel like around 150 is what I had it put.
I wouldn't list lower than 150. I think there was even a
150.
couple that in the 200s, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I think it was maybe not the Spock one. There's two different ones.
There's three.
Three, okay.
There's three different ones.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and see what happens. Yeah.
But I think that's because it does work. Like the other one works. I have no doubt this little piece works. It just needs those batteries.
Oh,
But
I believe.
the bigger part works. So
Yeah. Well, what's the bigger part supposed to do? It has
light up and blink and stuff.
Oh, I didn't even see.
Dude, we
I should
turned it
look
on
at
when you were here.
the big part.
I'm pretty
Really?
sure.
What the hell are you guys talking about, anyways? You just said
It's,
Spock batteries. Like, what's lights up?
Classic scientific tricoder. What you should know
Okay.
this is your
You're a Star Trek guy, yeah.
Yeah, but you tell me what it was. You
No,
said
it's a
Diamond
tricoder, dude.
Well, now
What
I
else
know.
what else
So
would we be talking about other
Diamond
than a
Select Toys.
tricoder?
I don't know. I imagined like a Spock Furby for a while there. I didn't.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, Diamond Select Toys. That's the brand. Star Trek original series. So, classic scientific tricoder, and then I have Reed.
In the box, Carl. In the box.
In the box. Yeah.
Okay.
In the box. And the box was actually
Okay,
pretty
yeah.
decent. Like, it did have a few imperfections, like a little crinkle, but for the most part, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, we'll see what I get for that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like interesting enough with the box, even as for parts. Like I think it will sell. I don't know if it'll sell for the 150, but you know.
If I wanted a list, I still have a year of listing just toy soldiers, so I had to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah, you weren't. I noticed you weren't offering to sell me any toy soldiers. That's for sure.
Well, I was gonna make a mention of them,
Yeah.
but I want to wait till the probation period's over and everything's kind of like I'm settled in and I like the job and everything's cool, and then I'll look at maybe moving on from them. But
Yeah.
right now they're kind of like my backup plan.
Yeah.
That's totally fair. But honestly, your pricing. So we wound up just doing a blanket pricing for everything. But when we did talk about pricing, like this Star Trek toy, you were talking about like $30 would buy it, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't break it down. I don't know what I actually paid for it.
yeah,
Probably less than that technically.
probably not. Yeah,
But I mean, your pricing was more than fair to leave me to make a profit and to give somebody a deal and the whole thing, right? Like,
yeah.
so yeah. I mean, would I want to buy from you again? Absolutely. Didn't feel at all like, oh, this guy's just squeezing me or anything like that. For
Here's all
the
my
video
dead
game,
stock.
yeah, the video game stuff, the same thing. I just sold this morning another console from the video game buy from you for like it was a PS2 fat, so like not like the original one for like $95. So like I mean, I'm continuously selling off that stuff too. So I mean, this you sold me good stuff.
And believe it or not, I've made a profit too. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
all those trains from the guy in Dover, I sold 3 trains and got my money back. All that tracks and the stuff here. I mean, these trains that are in the box here, I was going to ask another 100 for them, but one is going to pay for it. And then you got like 5 others. But I sold 1 train and I made like 1 train. I got my money back and made a profit. So, like, I mean, what do I pay for those cameras? $1 at a yard sale, $5 for the one in the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it doesn't take me long. How I'm going to do it in the future is kind of price it with that way in mind. So, like, if it's a $150 camera, I might ask $25 if I paid $1 for it. You know what I mean? But I'm going to have it all listed and neat, and you can just come in there and grab whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But for this, I'm in a different mindset as far as I need to clear this stuff. I need to do it before I get to work and all this other stuff. So I'm like, Jimmy's a good guy. Let's just give him a bulk price here. I said to you, you might make it all back just on the tracks. Remember I said that? You might just make your $500 on the track. I think it's on video when I said you might make $400 or $500 just on the tracks. But definitely the tracks and the train or the cameras on the trains, like everything else, like there's video. You got probably 2 Xbox consoles.
Yep.
There was 2 N64 consoles, one with a battery, one pack or the charging pack or whatever, and the other one without it.
Really funny about that. So
you switched them. One didn't work, and then you switched it in the other one.
Nope. So I sold an N64 battery pack the next day.
Oh
and I didn't have it. I obviously sold it on eBay before, or on one of the two. I don't know. I can't remember if the sale was on eBay or Poshmark. I could not find it, so I'm like, shoot. So I wound up testing those consoles really quick to make sure they powered on, and then I had to take the one that I got for you that I was going to make a complete console load, and I just shipped it out. But I'm like, oh man, how often does that happen, right?
You're lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
But did they both power on? They both worked?
Yeah, they both powered on. Yeah, good. I think I have to look at them a little closer now because they have like little packs inside, like a jumper pack, I think it's called. And the one makes it more valuable. I think you need one to play certain games that were like took more RAM or something like that. Okay. Can't remember. I just remember you needed one special one for like Donkey Kong or something like that when it came out. But so I have to see which ones they actually are. But they both work. Yeah.
It's that kind of stuff and the little tweaks and little differences that drive me nuts with these games. So I'd rather just not deal with them. Like I would probably throw it in the booth before I don't PS2 Slim or something like that. And I'd be interested to see what you get for the white ones if they're working and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have to get those.
But the PS2 Slims, like that's a very basic, easy game. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot that can go wrong. It either works or it doesn't. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
even
and they're still $100 or so. Like they're still very desired.
Yeah.
But anyway, but when you start getting into especially like PS3s and that kind of stuff, Xbox 360s, like that just, dude, I mean, if you find it under $10, it's hard to say no, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know enough about it. So it's all stuff that I would have to test and eventually put in the booth. If I put them in the booth, they actually honestly sit for a long time. they do sell, but they still sit for a while.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying like this is where my mindset is, and that's where it goes. But I was more than happy to have you come by again, and then we'll do it in the future. So,
Yeah, for sure.
um, but you're quiet, Carl.
So I'm just listening. Like I have nothing else
Carl's
to
like,
add. Like I'm in the same.
I'm gonna drive to St. Thomas and buy some stuff.
I want that orange camera. That would have been all over that. Those,
Yeah.
like any weird colors like that.
Dude, show him the other one
Like
that's not the
almost
orange camera. You
insta
got the
sell,
other one?
right? If
I
you see
do.
a pink one, insta sell. Like they're great. I don't know what people are doing with all these digital cameras, but
Show him the red Sony. The red Sony.
red.
I don't
those.
have.
They're great too.
I didn't see photos of the red Sony, but the other power shot is like this one.
Yeah, I love all that stuff.
But it has the box. How come it doesn't?
I'm not going to sell with the box though. It does have the box, so you're right.
You
Because
don't ship with the
there's
box?
not enough. There's not enough complete in that box to make it like.
Add
So
value.
the parts, well, yeah, because you got the camera, the charger, and the battery, and the manual. It's going to sell the same for what was left in the box. So the box isn't going to add that much value to this one, or I didn't find.
Okay.
I don't mind adding the box because it kind of like usually it secures it a bit, but
Yeah, in
you're
this
right.
case,
Like,
it was weird because it sat in the box, but then you would have to like put packing paper in there so it didn't move all over and wind up like out of the box anyway. But yeah, it did have the original box. I still have the box. I mean, I could change my mind and ship it with the box still, but I don't think anyway, the value is about the same, which because this one's not orange, it's still going to be listed for $150 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
it could also take it above the eBay Lite possibility too with the box. I mean, just for the size.
Possibly. Well, yeah, you're right.
I mean, honestly though, if you're selling a $150 camera, the extra $6 is
$10 sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
$10.
It's not going to make a
like
difference.
2 or 3 Tim Hortons coffees. You got to think of it that way.
But the box might add another $30. I don't know. In this case, it doesn't appear to, but you never know.
Yeah, the Sony one, I haven't cleaned it up yet. Plus, I don't have batteries for those other 2 cameras that I got from you, so I have to decide whether I want to buy the batteries and test them or not. I mean, if I do, I just obviously sell the battery.
It might be worth it for the Sony because it is red.
Yeah,
but that's the same. They've been sitting there for probably 2 years. I've had those cameras. There's a couple more, the white Samsung, but I don't know where they are. They're in a box somewhere, but there's other ones. Unless you grabbed them last time you were here, but I don't think so.
No.
But there's more in boxes around here. So
a couple DS Lights. I wound up having a charger at home, so those both work as well. Charged them up; they're fine.
Like it's funny. It's funny because I'm sitting here with this good stuff that's been sitting here for years, and everybody's going, "Why the hell won't you sell?" But I've been listing my toy soldiers. Like I've had so much stuff. Those toy soldiers have just taken over my life. You know what I mean? So it's not like the cameras were not important to me, but I just had so much other stuff. Like I sold 4 or 5 toy soldiers in the last couple of days. You know what I mean? Like I'm still selling them for $70, $100, $35, that kind of stuff. So and they sell quickly. Like it's just, so I don't want to sit here and say, oh yeah, I had all these cameras and I'm giving them away. Like it's not like about that. It's I still have at least 500 toy soldiers to list. You know what I mean?
Well,
and go through.
Well, and Adam used to buy your cameras too, right?
Adam used to buy my cameras
because they're not as frictionless as the toy soldiers, right?
And there's a lot more testing and knowledge that comes with those. That's mean, the digital ones are pretty easy. You put in a battery, boom, it works.
Right.
It
you still got to do it.
Yeah. You still got to do it, but you have to go get a battery and stuff. And that orange camera, I've only had that orange camera. Like I bought it this year. Like that orange camera is relatively new. The one in the box I probably got last summer, but that one I just found in a box recently. But that orange camera I just got not too long ago. So, and then moving, like there's a lot of there's a lot of reasons that, you know, I still have these and I haven't listed them. You know what I mean? And the best excuse I can have is those toy soldiers. Like that's just the way it is. So, and I still have tons of them. I don't know. Did you notice some of them laying around and stuff like that? I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we didn't talk about them, but I could have showed them to you. But I just there's probably 500. There was a bunch that I have listed. You did see those ones on the shelf, but
Yep.
So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. But
so any other plans? I know you said you bought a machine to do bags or t-shirts or something.
Well, you can do whatever you want. I'll show you. I got a couple here. I mean, obviously nobody can see on, but I did a couple tote bags recently. This is a Tilsonburg print.
So this machine, what does it do exactly then?
It's a heat press. That's it.
Right.
I bought these. These are called direct to fabric printable. It's sort of like a Blue Jays 50 seasons.
So just to be clear, like Jamie
bags.
already had the printer.
No, I'm buying the prints, so I bought the heat press.
Oh, but you do have a printer, right?
I have a wide format printer that does posters and different things.
But they don't do the heat press?
No, but I mean, I bought a big, so you can buy individual, essentially like an image like that I just showed there. The one was like a Stomping Tom Tilsonburg image, like I made the posters. It cost about $4 to get that made. And then I've bought tote bags and I've just heat pressed them on a tote bag. It's sort of like when, you know, people make the t-shirts like that were all heat pressed back in the day, but the technology in DTF is much nicer. It looks a lot more like a screen print when you're done, and it's durable. It's like you can like stretch. Direct to fabric. It's just an abbreviation.
So let me, because this is, I hope I'm not jumping in, Carl, but I'm probably asking the same questions that you're asking because this is interesting to me.
Okay.
So what you do is you've created these images for your printer, but then you ended up sending them somewhere else to also get them put into a press, like not a sticker, but a heat press format.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it cost per image? Like that Stomp and Tom one, what would that have cost?
$4 roughly.
Really? And would you have to buy a certain amount?
Nope, no minimums. The thing about it is, so like I'm buying them from a company who does, it's called a gang sheet. So it can be as long as you want. It's just a roll. It's 22 inches wide. And you put whatever images you want. So they don't have to be big. You could do like little small logos for like the front of a t-shirt, like a crest logo, whatever you want. And obviously at that point, it's a lot less because in a whole line, the whole section there, that's like 11 by 14, I think is what I just showed you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could do, if they were 3 by 3 and that same amount that cost $4, you could have, you know, probably 10 images like that. Right. So you build it any way that you want. They just print it off for you.
So are you in the business of making shirts for people?
Yeah, I could be if I wanted to. That's exactly what you do with that. I'm just making tote bags for myself for entertainment. Obviously, I'm going to sell the ones that I've made at the booth. I could make t-shirts, can make sweaters, jackets, whatever.
Hats or
hats.
Yeah, hats too.
Same technology, the direct to fabric, or you can do ones that you can do it on material too, like cups and like stuff. I just don't want to get into doing some of that stuff. I like the idea of like the tote bags and clothing and stuff.
Okay.
That's fun.
Because if I do this other channel, which I'm looking to do, I'm still waiting to get back my audio book from the other thing. It's in review, which has been for 11 or 12 days now, and it's supposed to only take 10. So anyway, but once I get that and I can start doing this channel, like merch in the form of shirts and hats, like maybe we could work out something.
Oh, I can help you with all that. Yep. No problem.
Like, we could like, I don't know the time or anything like that, so we could work out a price and stuff. But I'm just saying, at the beginning, it's definitely not going to be a lot. But I mean, eventually, it could be something fun, and interesting, and we could collab on that. But
Yeah, it's just a creative outlet for me. Obviously, there's the potential to make money doing something like that.
yeah,
But I like the creative aspect of just like making and designing things, and same thing. I think we're gonna make tote bags for our spa, so my wife can if somebody buy something, put them out in a nice bag that has like Tranquility across it, or just extra
Well, that's
advertising.
great. That's great.
Yeah, like those tote bags I just showed you guys. They cost. I think I paid I got 12, and they cost me I think about $2.20 a piece. So you're not into that bag very much. Same with t-shirts. You can buy bulk t-shirts online. If you just go to Walmart and get a blank t-shirt, it's like $5.50, but you can get them for more like $3 and change. So you can get stuff pretty cheap if you're willing to buy it in bulk, right? But
yeah.
It'd be kind of cool if you have like a store and you want to advert. I know you do have a store. I know the spot, but I meant that makes sense. For the flea market or for the antique market, you could have here's a t-shirt for the market, or here's a tote bag for the market, and advertise things that way. It's kind of, it's a fun artistic way and creative way to do that.
Yeah.
For relatively low commitment after you have the printer.
Well, the heat press that I bought, I bought it used from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, but I kind of researched out the kind of what I wanted. So this is an automatic one that you just hit a button and it does everything itself, and it has a timer, so you don't have to sit there and count 30 seconds.
Right.
After 30 seconds, it comes back up, and it's kind of dummy proof, so it's perfect for me. And hopefully I paid $100 for the thing, and it costs, if you were to try to buy it, it's like $500 on their website.
Wow.
I say
Well, hopefully it works better than the Tim Hortons grill countdown.
Yes. Yeah. No kidding.
Where the outside is burned, but the inside is frozen still. Right.
Yeah.
Never know what you're gonna
Doesn't
get.
even melt the cheese, but the bread's burnt. So, anyway, but the coffee's okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the Tim Hortons coffee machines that they used to sell? I don't know if maybe still sell them, but when they first came out, they made coffee in 30 seconds or something, and they just smelled like burnt plastic. Do you remember those?
No.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. But
I remember the mugs. Sometimes the bilingual mugs were worth $15 each or something.
Yeah,
early in my reselling days. Yeah,
Goodwill still thinks they're worth money, or at least my local one does, because they ask 10 to 15 anything Tim Hortons.
Oh wow, yeah.
if you sorry, go ahead, Jimmy.
I was just thinking, I hope they can get that for them, because I don't think I could get that online anymore.
No, I think
if you go to yard sales, you'll see Tim Horton mugs for $1, especially the old ones with the old kind of brown label with the brown ring around the top and stuff. I sell those for $10 out of the booth, and they sell every single time.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good.
And you pick, you don't want them with a bunch of stir marks from a spoon scraping the bottom. They got to be pretty clean. I pass on those ones. I just buy clean ones. But the tea kettle, sometimes the kettle and the cups as a combo go pretty good online. I haven't sold that for a long time, but I definitely can put the cups for $10. And you're paying $1, and you'll see them all the time. You'll see them all the time at yard sales, except for the last 2 weeks because yard sales sucked. But anyway, before that, so just a little tidbit or timbit or just a little.
Timbit was good. Just a little timbit of information.
But just you can sell those out of your booth. So.
Okay.
It'd be interesting. I'm sure Tillsonburg is going to be the same as Waterford in that regard.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you done that before, or do you usually pass on that stuff?
No, sometimes I pick up stuff like that. But I find this, the Tim Hortons in particular, their Christmas ornaments and stuff like that, people seem to collect some of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have some, and good money too. It's like 15 or $20.
bet you. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like you should have. I probably should have put that in your pile. I think that sucker is worth about $20.
Yeah, probably. That
Yeah,
was
I'll bet you. Now that he's retired, but
I
it's
think
kind of
he didn't retire. He tricked everybody, and I think he re-signed on a 1-year contract.
did he really?
I'm pretty sure, unless I seen like a fake thing. But I'm like, I would bet like some pretty good money that was real.
I would assume it's real. And it probably wasn't a trick. It was probably I'm ready to retire, and then someone comes in and convinces him, and he takes a couple months to think about it or so, and then all of a sudden it's like, I don't know if I want to give this all up. You know what I mean? You know,
Yeah.
the wife talked him into retiring, and the kids did, and then all of a sudden he gets into reality, and he's like, she's bitching at him, and he's like, I want to go back to the boys in the hockey rink, but
Yeah.
did I say that out loud? Are we still recording? But you know how it is. Like that lifestyle's got to be pretty tough for people to just give up overnight. You know what I mean? So
Oh, for sure.
that's my thought. Some of them kind of go a little loopy. I think they get a little depressed and you know, cabin fever. I don't know whatever you want to call it. They get, you know, but and I think that's why you find some of the guys. Like Daryl Strawberry, wasn't he at one point living under a bridge? And you know, there's a couple of hockey players,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They blow their money and they just can't handle a different life. And I think I'm kind of rambling on here, but I think too that their lifestyle, everything is scheduled and coordinated, and they have everybody running everything and telling you where to go and what to do and everything. And all of a sudden that stops overnight.
They're institutionalized as well.
Yeah, you know, because those guys are all they're driven to the game. They're told what time to get up. They've got to be at the arena here. So your whole life is so scheduled, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and it's like, now what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and you know, to go into an arena and have tens of thousands of fans screaming your name and you know cheering you on and all this kind of stuff, and then just wake up one day. You know, it's got to be pretty tough. So I can understand him going back if he did go back, which I don't doubt. I wouldn't blame him. I don't know, but anywho, yeah, like I mean, he's still a good player. It's not like he's still scoring goals. He's top.
Yeah.
He'll come back as a top player, right? So.
I'm sure he's probably chasing some kind of record that he's close to too. That I'm not personally aware of, but you know what I mean. That's legacy's a big thing.
Yeah, how many more teeth I can lose? You know.
Yeah, for sure. Not ready to fix teeth. That could be it.
I like the one of Ovechkin, and he gets hit in the face with the puck, and he just kind of turns to the side and then looks back straight ahead. And then they compare it to the soccer player who gets hit lightly, and he's like diving and rolling around. And
yeah.
But anywho, should we? Anything else, guys?
No, I think that's good.
Yeah. Any questions you want to ask Jamie about what he scored at my house, Carl?
Well, we discussed it, and I'm waiting for the second video that's coming out. Hopefully, there's enough footage there.
Yeah, I think between footage and just like I can do some show and tell, there'll be enough just to show. But
yeah. It would have been nice to get the final kind of to see everything laid out. In the final, I was going to say negotiation, but there wasn't a negotiation. What do you want for this stuff? Right. Boom.
Right.
But just to see what's all there and stuff. Is there anything that you kind of like were surprised or like we didn't talk about that you're happy you got should give a good value? Or do we pretty much there were some video games too, not just the consoles, but there was a few video games.
There was something I just listed video game wise from there that was pretty good. I'm trying to look. Oh, this Grand Theft Auto. It's just for PS1. I guess it lists around $75 just for one game. Most of them that I've listed so far are right around like an $18 to $30 range, but that was one that was That was surprising to me for sure that it was worth that.
Was it in the case?
Yep. Yeah.
It wasn't. Okay. Because there's another one in the case in the garage, but it might be PS2.
Yeah. Something else, but I just I can't recall the exact second. But yeah.
If you ever find a disc that needs refurbishing, you can come here.
I forgot about that machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've not bought one. I've wanted to buy one forever and just have not. I've bought lots of stuff I don't need. I can tell you that for sure, but I've just never bought one of those. I want to though.
I know I'm slowly changing, but I'm not. I think I'm going to keep it because every now and then you go to a yard sale and you find these top notch, like Silent Hill PS1 games or something that's $200, but it's got some surface markings, right? So, and when I buy DVDs for the booth and different things, like I mean these clean it up. It cleans it up pretty good. We should show you a demonstration on how easy it is. Like it's super easy. I mean, you guys should go on YouTube, but
I've watched videos and stuff. I mean, it's like anything. It's just like the initial cost, right? It's kind of like.
I must admit, I have been tempted by the comic book pressers sometimes that make them nice and flat again.
I wonder if the I have that does the automatic T-shirts, if I could set it to like 5 seconds, because you just set it to temperature and you'd put wax paper on each side.
Put a crap one in there and just see what happens, right? Yeah. Unless it destroys the machine, like what's the worst that's going to happen, right?
No, it's meant to do heat under pressure. I'm sure that's
just for the hell of it. See what happens.
Yeah.
Would you do wax or would you do probably like a cloth?
Well, typically it says to use Teflon or parchment paper. That's what it suggests, because after you do like a heat press and something with there, it comes up, it looks nice, but it suggests, and I have been, that you put a piece of parchment on there and then repress it so it seals. Because cotton or anything that would be fabric, it's going to take the moisture out of it, but it also makes it feel wet when it gets hot like that. So I'd be afraid to do like any material because it might make it wet or get it like damp.
But what about the magazine?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what would happen with the magazine. I would still use parchment paper or Teflon. Yeah. I would. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it is going to add moisture for sure if it's material.
Yeah.
Parchment paper is cheap anyways.
Yeah, and you can reuse it. I've used the same sheet so far for everything. Yeah.
Even cheaper. Yeah.
Doesn't hurt anything. Yeah. Just a barrier between the two things. But yeah, I don't know. What are those machines worth, Carl?
I don't know. $200 maybe, that sort of thing. Yeah. But I think it was hot for a while and everyone's doing it. And then it's like, well, because it's not like it eliminates creases. It just makes it look better.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm selling my comics for like $1.75 or something. So it's not
right. Like the extra might not be worth it, but maybe I'll do.
We're talking about buying toys that we never use, and that is something I would totally do.
I'll take some lower PSA Wayne Gretzky's and straighten them out, and then resubmit them. Try that.
Yeah, I'm sure that worked for a while.
The reason I bought mine was because I bought at a yard sale for $25. I bought a bunch of stuff, including about 10 or 15 PS1 games, not in a box or anything, just discs. And they were all like surface markings, but no gouges, just surface things. But in there was a Silent Hill and some really good games that were, over $50. I sold the Silent Hill for $200, but I just felt just in that alone is going to pay for this thing. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
So
yeah, and once you own it, you've got it, right? So
you got it. So it's paid for itself for sure by now. So
offer the service.
Well, I think I mentioned that to Jamie. Like at one time, like I'm almost thinking like, I mean, this is before I had the job lined up, but like go into the booth one day a week and just say, I do surfacing, but from this time to this time out of the booth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's gamers and stuff that probably come through there. And if you had that sign, they would come in and I'd charge like, I don't know, like $5 a game. It really only takes I mean, to do the job, say 5 minutes from start to finish, but it only surfaces it for seconds at a time, depending on how big the scratches are. Like maybe you have to run it a couple of times, or just do 1 45 second. But you don't want to do it too much because it warms up the disc and all this stuff. But I mean, in 5 minutes, you got your disc hands down as start to finish. You know what I mean? So do you charge $5, $10?
Right.
I don't know. Right. So, but if it was someone like Jamie, I mean, I'm not going to do that. But I mean, if it's someone at the booth, that's kind of where I would be kind of looking, so. I mean, if you got a $200 game, it's worth it, right?
If it doesn't
Yeah.
work,
Even if you got a $25 game, to spend even $10, where are you going to go buy another game for $25 or to have this one resurface for $10? So,
Right.
So it could be worth it that way too. But and there is it's not just my time. There's wear and tear on the machine. You got the little, I mean, it's not overly expensive, but you got the sprays and the kind of cream that goes in there. Is your kind of buffer. So it's there is an expense to it too. So but a $5 game, nobody's going to come in and get that done anyways because they'll just go buy another one for $5.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So, do you want to get to questions?
Sure.
We're an hour 40 minutes in. So, Spotify, we have one from Tina Mac. When you started talking about nightmare games, it freaked me out a little. I had my hand on one at the time.
Oh, wow. That's creepy.
We're watching, Tina.
Yeah.
See everything. Yeah.
Well, Carl is. I'm not creepy like that, but Carl is.
We were also watching into the future too, so we got like a double thing going.
He's got the
there.
crystal ball. Yeah.
Hey,
you know what, Carl? I don't mean to interrupt, but you're missing one basket.
I was wondering if you guys didn't notice.
I just noticed that now.
I moved two over there.
Oh,
but I thought I better move it because like every time Jamie's on, nothing's ever changed. So I was like, I'm just gonna move these and see if anyone noticed. So
you just moved it. You didn't even empty it.
No.
Oh God, that's cheating. That's not
even a joke. It was a joke, but you got it. You noticed it, so
yeah,
you win.
Okay. I just thought you looked taller, but I guess the
chair's a little higher too. Like,
yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, now I wouldn't have noticed at all. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's freaky, Tina, when that happens.
So while Tina's that means Tina has the game. That's so good for her.
Yeah, she has all of them.
Oh, you have to keep reading, I guess.
Yeah, we got to keep reading. She says still haven't listed it. I can't decide if I should sell all the sets together or sell separately. I have all of them. So yeah, that's a good question. Like I would sell them separately.
I would too. And
because I don't want to ship them all together in one box anyways. And you can have all those people who just like, they'll send you emails. I just need this, or I just need number 4. They don't need the first one, or like,
Well, I look at it this way. If individually they're $10 to $20 or something like that, that's different. But if they're in this case, they're $50 to $100 a piece, Carl might not realize the one is $100 anymore. I think he thinks it's
$20. Yeah.
But because they're the way they are, I just think you're kind of diversifying your what's the word I'm looking for? Meaning like if someone's going to complain, you got to get 3 complaints. You know what I mean? But if you put them all together, one complaint, so you're diversifying your risk management. That's the term. But I kind of say it jokingly, but I'm being serious. Like I think it's, okay, if you get 1 out of 3 complainers, chances are you're not going to get any. But I'm just saying, like, that's the way I look at sometimes too for those things. But
yeah, they could also just all buy 4 all sets at once, anyways, if they wanted to.
Yeah,
assuming you still have all 4.
Yeah, and message them if you're looking for more. There's more in my store.
Yeah, I would sell them separately for sure. The website looks great, Carl. The photos really improved the look. Oh, thanks, Tina. Appreciate that.
She's just being nice, Carl.
Shut up.
Just kidding.
Can't believe you would say that.
I said the same thing. I said it looks good.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
You would have said it to me if it was reversed. Come on, you know that.
100%.
Yeah.
So off to YouTube's.
YouTube land. Alrighty. My go?
Yep.
So this is Randy, Nova Scotia Count, 5218. I had to cancel a sale to Finland because Canada Post would not ship.
Yeah.
FedEx is willing to do it for 122. Nope, not happening. Wow.
Yeah, that was what I related to what I was talking about last week, where there's a blip. Well, Europe got rid of their de minimis. I'm assuming it's related to that. And Canada Post stopped shipping to some EU countries, or European countries, I should say, not EU.
So that's because of the de minimis changes there.
I'm thinking that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it might be fixed. Like, it wasn't a permanent downing. It's just.
Well, I mean, what's fixed? Canada Post is now accepting parcels to go out there because they didn't fix the de minimis issue. Like, they kept the de minimis down to 0. So what is fixed, Carl?
Well, EU was demanding a fixed cost per item, and it has to be paid in advance. So there has to be a system to do that.
Like a Zono system.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah. Something to do it, to allow that. And not all the countries.
Has Zonos talked about stepping up to that part of it as well?
Oh, because Zonos is an American company for stuff going into the United States.
Oh, okay.
Not saying they could never build a system for another country for international sales, but they're pretty well. I think their hands are pretty full.
Yeah.
So I don't think they need, but they could do it. Just like, but yeah, it'll be fixed eventually. Just like, when minimis first disappeared out of the United States until Zonos came along, a lot of European postal systems stopped shipping to the United States.
But you know what? Knowing the way, especially American companies, but companies work, if they're finding success here, they will quickly adapt, and probably you'll have Zonos doing multiple countries, because all countries are probably going to go to this in the next 5 years. You know what I mean? Like if US and probably, I don't know, maybe China's a big market, but I think they're more exporter than importer. But I would say Europe is probably the next biggest market after US. Would you agree?
Yep.
Right? So when the two biggest markets are doing it, it could be everyone's going to eventually do it. Like, I mean, we're kind of already there, except for we don't have it has to be paid before it comes in thing.
That's the problem.
So I'm thinking Zonos, and I don't know for sure, but if they see an opportunity to make some money and they already have a system in play, it's going to be very easy for them to, once they get permission and all this kind of stuff, open up another operation and eventually expand worldwide.
Yeah, and like this issue that's happening in Europe is not all European countries either, right? So some of these postal systems already have figured this out. They have a system that Canada Post can interact with to solve that problem already. Just that not all the European countries do.
Okay, now that confuses me. That makes it a little bit more harder to comprehend. But I'm not sure why some countries would be able to,
because they have a system already in place for that
similar
country.
To Zonos or what?
Well, it's not even like, not to get it, like, I don't know. I think it's working for Germany, right? Like, I'm just gonna make up Germany, right?
Okay.
You have to have a flat fee for this every item in the delivery. They have a system that Canada Post can talk to bill the customer for that, right?
Well, if it's a flat fee, that's different. But if it's a percentage, if it's like a tariff,
well, that's a separate thing. Like, from what I understand, it's not the problem is the not the tariffs, but this flat fee, but I don't really know a lot about it. All I know is there's a problem since they got rid of this. And some countries have it solved, like Germany has it solved, and other EU countries don't. So that to me means there's a solution, and Canada Post can use the solution for some of these countries. But if the system isn't in place,
The
then
flat fee is kind of like if you're buying some for $20 and you got to pay a flat fee of $50, it doesn't make sense. But if you're paying something worth $1,000 and you only have to pay $20, like that doesn't make sense either. So I'm just kind of like not sure what the flat fee did. I'm not questioning you. I'm just saying I don't understand what all that would be. Like that's different to me. But
EU implemented a cost per item fixed cost or anything going into Europe. It's low. It's like €2 or €3. The reason they did that is because China, once they can sell stuff to the United States as easily, they basically flooded Europe. And they're trying to stop low value shipments that were basically getting in with no cost. But now with this low cost euro fixed fee per item, it helps rebalance a bit of that.
I don't know.
And some countries were ready and some weren't. So
all right.
Anyway,
well, I mean, someone doing it for $122, that tells me that there's got to be a big fee, unless that's just to ship something.
Well, the postal system can be different than these private shippers.
I would think the private shipper should be cheaper in this case. I would think.
I don't know.
Right. So,
are you still using UPS and FedEx, Jamie, or to United States sales?
Nope. I used yesterday. I shipped a hockey card through Canada Post with Zonos. No, I've avoided shipping to the US with UPS. I did, obviously. I had too many problems, and I'm like, you know what? No.
Yeah, it is interesting because like I read on the forums on Facebook and stuff like that, and it's like 50-50. Yeah. Like I prefer what you're doing, which is I'll just deal with Zonos myself. It's not that big a deal once you've done it a few times.
Yeah.
And to be honest, their system was pretty good. Like when I used it worked.
I find the biggest problem with Zonos is the time at the post office. Or you could do something that doesn't take time at the post office by going into the Canada Post and going on and filling out the form yourself for customs, but it's still time consuming that way too. It's either I do it and it's time consuming, or I let Canada Post do it and it's time consuming there.
So let me just say, at some point when you have something that you need to ship like that, I should come over and I'll show you how to do it, so that you do not have to do any of that. So when I ship with Zonos, I do it on the app, and then I import, instead of the QR code, I import the number back to SnapShip because I'm buying the label from Canada Post right from their website. And when I bring Canada Post, I hand it to them. There is nothing to do there. It's just
That's
like it's a regular parcel. I know the way you're doing it, Scott, I think you have to interact with them at the post office to finish it. You can finish it at home. If you don't quite get it, I will definitely show you, because it'll save you all the time in the world.
Well, if it's just copy and paste, that's a game changer. But if I got to fill out a form, I'm going to make Canada Post do it.
No, because you fill it what you fill it on Zonos to get that QR code or the code that SnapShip wants. Yeah. Which is SnapShip is just Canada Post's website, right? That's just what it's called. You just enter that in when you're buying the label online. That's it. So if you're not sure where all that falls in, I'll show you, because you shouldn't have to interact at the post office at all. You've already done everything you need to do.
Okay.
Because that would take too much time. You're right. If you got to go to the post office and do all that other BS, it would get really frustrating for sure.
Because they just scan the code. The only thing that they put in is a customs form. And they said, and they point to a sign, well, you can do that at home. And I'm like, I'm not filling out that form. I'm not. You guys can fill it out.
Yeah.
Like I'll have
you do whatever you want. I just I hate standing there. Like for me.
Well, I'm either here filling it out or I'm there standing and filling it out. But if Jamie has one where you're just copy and pasting, or you just kind of bring it over from one thing to another, that's a whole different ballgame. If there's nothing to fill out, it's automatic, right? So
the only question I have, Jamie, is have you found a quick way to get the address from eBay onto SnapShip? because I found I had to just slowly enter in that damn address. Like, before, with chit chats or on eBay itself, you didn't have to manually transfer the address.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. It's just inefficient,
So copy and paste, obviously, just for the person's name.
Yeah.
And then I will copy and paste their entire address all the way up to, but excluding the postal code. And then when it goes where you put the address in on Snapship, I will paste their entire address, and it'll bring up the right address without filling it in. I do verify that the postal code is correct after, but that's usually the only thing that could be potentially wrong, because sometimes like one zone will have 2 postal codes depending on where it is.
Or zip code you're talking about?
Well, yeah, or zip code if it's in if it's in the US, it'd be the zip code. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's all I'll do. I'll select where the address, but I will copy the entire address with everything in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll take you up on that, Jamie, because
for sure.
Because what'll happen is if I can just if I can put on a label and have Steph take it while I'm at work,
yep,
that saves me a lot of problems. Because then I don't have to worry about going to the post office myself. Like she can do it while I'm at work. But right now I go and do it because it is a bit of a process. And sometimes if it's a new person at post office, I got to tell, okay, this is what you put, this is where it's going. And well, where's your zonals? Well, turn to page 2 and then scan it. You know what I mean? So, but the people that, if it's someone I've already dealt with, they just go through it. They just fill it out. They know all the information. But anyway.
That plus the 5 people in front of you who have never mailed anything ever in their lives that you have to wait.
Well, that has only happened once, actually, Carl, and it wasn't for more than 2 parcels. But you're right. Like it's an issue, right? So, but it's not my issue.
Well, it's your issue if you're standing there.
But I'm not. I'm the guy there getting it stuff done.
You're the guy in the lineup in front of me, taking forever.
Yeah, and that's me. But in all honesty, right now we have 3 post office here.
Yeah.
2 of them are in Shoppers, and other than like, there's never anybody in line at the Shoppers that I go to.
So different here.
It's so different. Like there was a guy that came up behind me because the girl was dealing with a package. Nobody was there. I was in line, and it's ironic, but I don't know. He's probably in his 70s. He never shipped anything to the U.S. and he had to ship something to Texas. It was just an envelope, like a letter envelope.
Yeah.
He goes, I want tracking. And so I said, are you going to be a while? He goes, I might be. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be at least 10, 15 minutes here. I said, if you're going to be quicker than that, go ahead. And he goes, well, I don't know. He goes, I want to ship this to the U.S. And I'm like, well, first of all, it's just a letter. It's a letter envelope, right? Like I just put a stamp on it. And so he goes, do I need to put a stamp on it or I want tracking? And she goes, well, if it's tracking, you need to have the Zonos information, which means he had to go back home and get it. And I'm like, I said, it's not hard, but there is a process. I said, honestly, buddy, I would throw a stamp on it for like $2 and just let it go. And the girl said, that's what I would do too. And he goes, okay. So he did that.
Yeah.
It had a check or something in it that he wanted to kind of keep tracking on. And he goes, well, how long will it take? And I said, about a week. And then the lady goes, yeah, about a week. I felt like I was an employee, but
meanwhile, I come in, take my package, put it on the counter. Well, that's as they go by.
That was the old way. That's how I did it. But things have changed. Carl, things have changed.
Not for me.
I think we can get you back to the old way, though, Scott. You shouldn't have to do all that.
Well, Carl, you have to have a sale in order for it to change.
I know, right? That's a separate issue, though. I got the process all figured out, but apart from,
in all honesty, let's say,
but I do miss the
last month. How many times did you sell anything to the U.S., Carl?
Uh,
I
I
don't
don't
need
know. Up
exact
to you,
number.
man.
My point is, like,
Usually it's going through EIS, to be honest. So
yeah. So EIS, same thing. If I have EIS, it's in my mind, it's going to a Canadian post office, or it's being shipped to a Canadian address. So it's not the same thing. But
no,
if you're
for me
shipping
it'd be
to,
magazines and stuff like that. But anyways,
if you ship to the US and use Zonos, there's, hey, listen, I'm stuck in my ways. What can I say? I'm not saying
at
I'm right.
least you're using Zonos. At
Yeah.
first you're like, I'm not using that. I don't understand this. I'm just shutting off all shipping. I'm just gonna use EIS.
Well,
That's what you first started with, and then
no,
you
no,
figured it
no.
out.
You're right. But then once things started clearing, the clouds started separating, and you could kind of see different processes, and you start doing it a couple times, then you start opening up your options, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not closing my options for Jamie to show me something new. I'm actually saying this could be what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I just
You know?
say that part is cloudy. You just gotta clear that fog out.
Yeah, once he clears that out, like,
Yeah.
dude, I could be like,
Then you'd be like, why is anyone lined up at the post office?
dude, I might just open up a barn,
Uh-huh.
put in the backyard, and have somebody come in and list all day. I don't know. The sky's the limit. I can do whatever I want, you know?
Okay. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Jamie looking anxious. So it's like after hour here goes.
Oh no, I'm fine.
You're good. Yeah. Thanks, Nova Scotia Celt. I'll do the next one. Nova Scotia Celt. Speaking of faces, your podcast screen always shows two bearded men. Does Carl have a beard now? Yeah, I've had a beard for a while.
Yeah, my beard is now gone. Actually,
I was shocked. We were talking about something, and like Scott comes on, nice clean T-shirt, haircut, shaved.
Well,
He's
because
employed.
That's
First
what
of
I
all,
was thinking. He's
well-
trying to look good for his Monday.
so what it was is so they give me a list of things, because I had to do a drug test and an alcohol test. I had to go through all these test things. And one of them said a pulmonary test where you have to put on a mask, do not
Yeah.
have any makeup, and be clean shaven. And I'm like, well, I don't think that pertains to me, but I don't want to go there unprepared either. So I thought, I'll just shave, and if I have to do it, then I'm prepared. If I don't have to do it, then who cares? I didn't have to do it, but
No.
I wanted to be, prepared. So,
You should have shaved the middle just so you had like the sideburns.
dude, one of my really good friends at Toyota when I was there, and I haven't talked to him. I talked to him about a week ago, but it was quite a while before that. But he has that. He looks like Wolverine.
Yeah.
I want to say lamb chop, but yeah, lamb
he's,
chop. Wolverine's better. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott. Our heritage is Scottish. His name is Scott with one T, and I'm Scott with two T's. So he says mine's spelled wrong. I say his is spelled wrong. But anyway, but he has that exact beard, and it comes right to here, and then this is clean shaven. Anyway, it's funny. It's funny that you said that. I couldn't wear it, but it actually looks pretty good on him. Like it fits his look. So I think it would fit Carl's look too.
I've been told I can pull a beard off.
Yeah, but the sideburn beard.
Well, that's what you do after you decide to finally shave your beard.
Yeah.
You do all the funny things you can never wear out in public.
Oh yeah. I'll do like just like the mustache, and then
Yeah.
I'll giggle at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, all right, that's gotta go.
Yeah.
The handlebars are my favorite.
I do the handlebars, all the stuff. And it's like,
If I had the chin for the handlebar, I would do a handlebar. I think handlebars are cool.
Yeah.
If on the right person, not everybody, right? You need a couple tattoos first, Carl. Then you'd look cool. But like a nice neck tattoo or something.
I was thinking like a tattoo along the side of my head, like a snake or something, like curls around my head and down my neck.
You need like a skull here, and then the handlebar mustache, and then you can have like love on the knuckles on one hand and hate on the other.
Yeah, nice.
Then you do this. Anyway, we're out of hand here. Where are we
Do
going?
the last one there?
Are we done that one? Any comments so far, Jamie, on any of the comments? Like,
No.
You're okay. Randy, Nova Scotia Cal, Froggle Snake. I worked with a guy from Ontario who said there was a yeah, there was Mississauga rattler. Was he pulling my leg? No, I've never seen one. They call them Mississauga rattlers, but I think they're more of a bit northern from us. Like, I think they're more. I mean, I could pull it up, but I think it's like more maybe north of Barrie or something.
You must get a lot of wildlife around your place, Jamie, eh? Because you're
lots of deer, like small stuff like raccoons and skunks and what are they called? Like a lot of small stuff, but mostly like you see deer and turkey like every day. I see that out in the field and stuff like that.
Yeah, we get that too.
I'll go those type of things.
Those turkeys, eh? You gotta watch them. They're big.
Yeah,
big.
Yeah. We get in our house. We wind up getting like little sparrows and blackbirds come down our chimney. We just have like a fireplace as like a backup for heat if we ever lose hydro.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll use it because this winter we got really cold, so we did actually use it a few times for heat. But all the time we'll get birds like come down the chimney, and then you wind up, our cats are useless. They're more scared of the birds.
Yeah. Our problem is like it's being so cloudy, and that's when the birds fly into our windows.
Oh yeah,
and they go thunk, and they can definitely get killed. And I feel bad every time, but it's just like so. On when a special cloudy day where it kind of reflects in the window, it's the worst.
So the Mississauga rattler is an Ontario species. I guess it's more like Great Lakes, St. Lawrence. So, Carl, there you go. It's getting up towards your neck of the woods.
St. Lawrence? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So there you go. But it is considered a threatened species in this area.
So don't be mean to them.
I don't like snakes, though. So if they stay away from me, I'll stay away from them.
Well, I would assume that you probably see a couple snakes a year at least. Like, do you see much snakes?
Yeah, unfortunately, we've got like we've got a couple ponds, so you see those like black water snakes, which they can get some of them up to 6 feet long.
Yeah, those are ugly and big.
Yeah,
my skin is crawling just even talking about them. That's how much I don't like them. We also get things that sound like rattlesnakes, but they're like some kind of corn snake. There's also a corn snake here that's hooded like a cobra, but obviously it's not a cobra. Those are scary. Brown, like gardener snakes and stuff, like all kinds. I don't like them though. So if you ever want to scare the crap out of me, snake.
Don't like snakes. Anything but snakes.
Yeah, I don't
know. I don't mind snakes. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't go near a cobra or anything poisonous, but I mean, a gardener and stuff like that, I'm not too concerned about. But there is a creepy factor for them. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying I'm brave, because if you put like a 1 centimeter long spider next to me, I'm like screaming like a little girl. But a snake is fine, but a spider, those things creep me out.
Spiders are weird. Snakes, though, in my experience, if I can see it from a distance, I don't really care, and it doesn't bother me. But 9 times out of 10, it's
he's stuttering, eh?
Yeah, I'm so freaked out. They'll be under your feet when you notice them, and that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Whoa, why is this here? Right? Like, it's not. That's the problem. They're way too close, and because they are crawling across the ground. They're just out of you're out of your vision. So when you notice them, that freaks you out for sure.
Yeah.
Especially those water snakes, like you said, they're big and they like to sun themselves.
I remember cutting wood with my grandfather when I was probably about 14, 15 years old. And I was at the age where I didn't want to be doing it anyway, but I didn't have a choice. And I remember being back in the woods, and I'm like, I tripped over it and I thought it was a log. And I freaked out and ran. And then my grandpa's like, oh, just like, we're going to finish cutting wood. I'm like, you can finish cutting wood. I don't care what you do. I'm not going back in there, and you can't make me, type thing. Yeah. And that was the biggest snake I've ever seen, like, around here. And
I thought it was big.
Yeah. I thought it was a piece of wood.
Yeah. They get big and they're dark. And they,
But they're not. I don't see snakes that often, simply because I'm not. I guess I'm domesticated now. Like,
You're domesticated.
I say that unfortunately, but when we lived on the farm, there was always we always saw snakes and wildlife. I mean, just owls to hawks and deer and
A lot of wolves and coyotes and stuff here too.
yeah.
Yeah, we had a wolf. We had a coyote attack on a kid in a park nearby.
A kid.
Yeah. They had to close the park for a while because there was a den in there or something. Yeah.
That's very rare that they attack people, but they do attack dogs. Like,
he was probably not just like walking by, and who knows, but he's probably poking the stick at it and then oh no, it attacked me,
or I wonder rabies could be a factor.
There's always that too.
Yeah. But raccoon, like, I really miss the farm. I think I said this a couple shows ago, but if I ever won like $1 million, I think I'd go buy the property that I grew up on, like it was a farm. So out in the 8th concession in Charlottesville, and just that's not too far from Jamie. That's probably 15 minutes or so, but 20 minutes. But I miss that. I really miss that. So you're fortunate to be living where you are, Jamie.
You say so. If I had $1 million, I'd be in a high rise in Toronto. So
no, you wouldn't. See,
he has no restaurant.
You would do that.
Getting a restaurant. My wife refuses to be more than like X amount of kilometers away from an Indian restaurant, let alone any restaurant.
Yeah,
it wouldn't work for us. But
I'd rather barbecue a steak and some potatoes before I go to any restaurant, personally.
Except for Tim Hortons.
Well, I'd have to figure something out. I mean, I first of all, I mean, we do have those pods of Tim Hortons, so
yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same, but I could definitely switch that out. If I had to live off the grid with just regular coffee, I would do that in a heartbeat.
How long until we get those drones that bring you the coffee? Like, you just like
imagine that, a drone for a coffee.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey, cheaper than a person. People do order, like, for Uber Eats, will order drinks and stuff like that. To me, it's crazy. Like, that's my old man thing.
Yeah,
like, I'm not paying for that.
I delivered somebody from Uber Eats last week. I see it from Dairy Queen, a Blizzard. I'm like, how is this even going to be good? It was in my car for at least 15 minutes.
Oh, and those, what's funny is that last night I got a Blizzard. I was sitting on my couch and it's like, I need something. And I went and got a Blizzard because I love them, but they melt very quick, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it must have been pretty soupy by the time it got to.
It's in a bag, so it wasn't leaking out of the bag yet, but I can't imagine when it got there.
What do you know what type it was?
Oreo something.
Oh, that's what my wife got.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
the Oreo's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't have them often, but now and then.
It's so bad for me, but I couldn't resist it. Like
I think you were saying it, Jamie, but I think in one of your videos or maybe in person, but I think some orders can be done because people have either a mental illness or a physical disability, which prevents them from going out.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, that could be the case or something like that. Didn't you say there was one guy that was kind of didn't like going outside or something like that? Was that you?
I don't know, but yeah, I definitely have had some people who maybe have like sensory issues and stuff like that, where they don't do well in public. Yeah, so I mean that makes sense for stuff like that for sure.
I remember out of college, I worked in this huge hotel in Toronto doing security, and it was really an eye opener on how people like mentally functioned. Like, for instance, we had this one guy and he called me to his room because he was scared because there was little green men running around his room.
That's called drugs.
No. So when I get there, you don't know what you're walking into, right? And he described him as this, and then It was probably lack of meds, to be honest with you, Carl,
Well,
because
he's office meds. Yeah.
he's office meds. Because then, so he's sitting on the bed, and I'm writing this stuff down, trying to figure out what's going on with this guy. And then he goes, "Can't you see the dog? They're under the mattress with the dog, and the dog is breathing. And can't you see the mattress going down?" So what we ended up doing is, obviously we called the police to let them know, but they contacted his sister, who came and got him and brought his medication.
Wow.
So he just, for whatever reason, he lived in Toronto, just came to the hotel, got a room, and he was off his. Maybe he didn't want to take his meds. Maybe he was tired of it, and I can't recall everything. And then there was another woman who said she was being followed by space aliens, and they're following her, and she needed escorted from her room out of the hotel. So I get there, and she would walk and duck under every peephole from the doors.
That'd be so hard.
She goes, because they're looking at me, they're watching for me. And then she would hear people talking behind one room, and she put her ear up to the door, and she goes, "They're talking about me. Can't you hear them?" Well, I could hear people talking, but it was muffled. And I said, "Well, we should go." So we left, and I just got her out of the room. But it's I don't know if it's sad. To me, it's sad in a way, but I mean that stuff's out there, right? So,
oh yeah,
right. So, there was one time where this woman was talking to a friend of mine who worked at the hotel, and she goes, "Can you get me a slice of bread and a piece of cheese?" And he's like, "What do you want, a slice of bread and a piece?" "Well, I want the slice of bread so I can float across the river. And I need the cheese because if I get hungry, it gives me something to eat." And my buddy looks at her and he goes, "Well, I think you should use the cheese to float across the river and eat the bread. Because if you put the bread in the river, it's going to get soggy and it's going to break apart and you're going to, drown." She looks at him. She goes, "You're crazy."
Oh no.
And I was like, they just come flooding into the hotel, right? Like, there was so much of that kind of stuff. I could say many stories, but it's just it's just crazy. I don't want to say the word crazy. I said the situation's crazy as a person looking at it, to have people think that way. But I mean,
I can imagine.
It's it's people, and they're out there surviving somehow. You know what I mean? So somehow, I think I guess I'm kind of going full circle here, but things like Uber Eats and stuff like that probably is life changing for them. To be able to have somebody bring them that kind of stuff. So
my brother-in-law just doesn't want to leave the house.
that might be smart though, Carl. That might not be anything, but just I don't like leaving the house some days either. But yeah. Anyway, so that was the Mississauga Rattler.
Awesome, thank you, Randy.
But yeah, thanks, Randy. Thanks, Tina.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah.
Are we going? Is that the end of the show, Carl?
Yeah, it's 2 hours, 20 minutes. My stomach is grumbling. I got to eat.
So we'll put Mississauga Rattler. That's if you watch the whole show, that's what you'll say.
Perfect.
I think the other one was Froggle Snake, and
we're on a theme.
And yeah, Randy got Froggle Snake.
So any plans, Jamie? Just before we go, I know you're doing another vacation. I think you said, eh?
Yeah. I thought it was the middle of August. It's closer to the beginning of August. We're going on a 9-day cruise. It's like Bahamas, like all like out that way.
Oh wow!
Just before that, we're actually cruising out of Maryland. So we're actually going to go to a Baltimore Orioles game the night before.
Oh, nice.
So that'll be fun. But that's a long time. I'll be away from the house for almost 2 weeks. So like 12 days or something. Longest trip I've taken in a long time. A lot of times we'll try to cram in a week's worth of stuff in 4 days. So so
I that wouldn't be me, but I get it.
yeah, we both just have limited time, but we'll like obviously like adventure, like different things, like exploring. But just trying to make the best of the time we have. Me and my wife. I'm speaking about time we have with each other. But this is our first opportunity to get away for like a good chunk of time. I don't know if I'm financially ready to because I don't have no one's going to be paying me while I'm away. So different story for her. She's got like a little bit of a like the spa we pay her out in a salary, so she'll have money regardless that way. So she's I've always had vacation pay working a job like a factory job for 20 years. So
Yeah.
this is the longest I've pretty much gone away on a trip without any income. So we'll see. But I've been saving up from my new DoorDash career. That type of thing. So I set myself up so I'm going to be okay. It's just there is always that concern when you're away, right?
And like you said too, even when you come back and start listing, there's a period where it takes a while to kickstart it, right? So 2 weeks off can seem like 3 weeks off, or a week off can seem like 2 weeks off, and
for sure,
yeah. So, but listen, dude, you got all sorts of trains and cameras and tracks and everything like that. That's gonna pay off. Nice. Video games,
systems. All good stuff. All good stuff for sure.
I guess with your reselling, like I used to do this when I was actually selling more. Mm-hmm. I'd pay myself a salary. I would have like X amount would come out of my eBay, my bank account for what I use just for eBay. And I'd just do a flat amount that was sustainable. And there was always enough money in there to buy new inventory and pay for everything. And then if I kept my balance was growing, then I could have a raise, or if my balance was decreasing, then I knew I had to lower that, weekly paycheck or whatever.
Yeah.
Just because otherwise you get like ups and downs, right? Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I kind of have it figured out where it works for me. I don't take a salary, and the way I do it could blow up in my face really easily too. But for the most part, I can pay my monthly expenses out of what I make on Poshmark.
Oh, nice.
So my Poshmark payout does that. And I usually have money on top of that I can store away in savings for if that Poshmark payout doesn't cover my bills. Then I have savings going, right? My eBay essentially funds my shipping, buying, and my living. And then I also out of that money have to squirrel money away for taxes at the end of the year. Like if you forget about that part, for me, the way I have it set up, I'd be in big trouble. But,
I had big installments because they didn't like you making a lot of money and not and waiting to pay taxes.
Yeah. So I got stuck in the installment thing too, but it's for a different reason, which is I take from our spa. I also kind of take a salary as well, but not like a pay cut. Our paycheck, the spa pretty much pays for my vehicle is pretty much what happens. So my vehicle payments made through the spa.
Yeah.
But that's all considered.
You have a system. It's just.
Yes. And then I take an income from the spa, but I don't actually take the money. So the spa over time is going to owe me a bunch of money on the books. So then if we ever go to sell the spa, I have a whole bunch of money owing to me, which is just part of like how you do business like that, right? Like there's lots of little like ways you can build a bank account, which I don't physically get money from them, but they owe me money.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. But you have to pay tax on that still. That's the problem, right?
Because it's a small business. Yeah. So you have to pay business tax and then income tax.
Yeah. So there's all that stuff. But it's worked out for me so far. I've still been able to, I've obviously bought season tickets to the Jays. That turned out fine. I've done multiple vacations. It's working out somehow. I've kept my head above water. So
good.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. Thank you for coming on, Jamie.
Yeah.
Check out Jamie's Thrift on Fire. I'll put a link below, as always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll put a link below. Anything you want to talk about with your show or your channel or anything?
No, I mean it's just still chugging along. You know, I have weeks where I question why I do it. I have weeks where I absolutely love doing it. It's like anything else in the world. It's one of those give and takes things. I've not come anywhere near throwing in the towel, but I've certainly had lots of weeks where I wonder why I do it. So, but at the end of the day, if I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't do it, because I wouldn't put myself through as much effort of creating content, because it's not a simple thing to do. It definitely eats up time for sure.
Editing takes such a long time.
Yeah. So if I didn't love it, I wouldn't still be doing it. We'll just say that, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, it makes sense for sure. I mean, the channel's good, watching your content, but also the reselling and stuff like that. Like you're very into it. You very much have a really good system going and stuff like that. So go check out Jamie's channel. Don't know what else to say, buddy. You know, I don't know. Nice to have you. Nice to see you again. Yeah. Good to see you when you came and bought a bunch of stuff, and we'll set that up again.
For sure.
Enjoy your holidays. When is that coming up?
Beginning of August.
Oh, okay, so in a week or so.
Yeah.
A couple weeks. All right. Well, good to see you, Carl. It's been a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
But hopefully the booth still keeps going good. That's good. And Jamie, your booth's going well?
Yeah, it's actually, I've been pretty happy with it for sure.
That week, the first week of July, you were gone for the weekend. You said you were going to go back, and did you have a really good weekend? I suspected you would. I had a really good weekend. Carl had a good weekend.
Yeah. So that was Canada Day weekend, right? Or sorry, not that weekend, but out of Canada Day, right? The following weekend.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks have been really good there.
Good. Yeah. You said you were going to go and check. You had just kind of gotten back and stuff. So I suspected you did, but I was really interested because is it one of those weekends where everybody just was out buying? You know what I mean? So I don't want to keep the show going because I know Carl wants to go because he's got to really get going. But I'm just kidding, Carl.
Want to eat.
You got to eat. But it's so weird how this business is up and down. Like you either got a ton of buyers or it's quiet. Like very rarely do I just see a steady flow, especially on eBay. It just seems like you get hammered with a lot of sales and then it's like you don't even get watchers, it seems like. So I don't know. But all right. Thanks for coming on. You guys have a good week. Buy lots, sell lots.
Good luck with the job.
Yeah, Monday. We'll see.
Monday.
I said to Steph, I'm either going to have a heart attack and die, or I better cut that part out. Or I'm going to lose a lot of weight and feel good and then prosper. So anyway, all right. You guys have a good week. Sell lots, buy lots. Oh, Jamie, are you going out yard selling this weekend?
No.
What?
I'm going to the Jays game Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh my
Saturday's a 3:00 game, so I won't be going. I haven't bought anything in the last couple of weeks, so it doesn't matter anyway. Apparently, I'll just keep coming to your house. It'll be better.
Yeah, well, that's true. You buy a lot. I like going out there because I just don't want to not see that dollar camera that I can sell for $20, $25 or whatever.
No, I get
or the box of jewelry that I can just take over to the guy and sell.
Maybe I'll look for a couple Friday sales. They seem to pop up. There's just less of them.
Yeah. All right. I know your answer, Carl.
Yeah, hell no.
All right. You guys have a good weekend. Everyone have a good weekend. Buy lots, sell lots.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.